tunkramofo na nkasa wo books no mo commission ni say wo mo nkope nimude okay wo mo nkope nimude baby a nimude no wono even ewo ahane China mpa anasa ahane India mpa kone kope kira kwan kire se nimude ye mpene wo faako ye penny free akwanyasa nyina so nti se wo de wo ho to book ba kopeso na wo de wo ho to what you call shake ba kopeso a wo be feed with wono ni nimude na wo no asa onya nimude fufuro bi anka because wo nimude na wonye wadwene se wo be pe kira kwa nti wu ni bi nti nimude a wono na de ma wo no eye nimude a wono nko ani nim even so kachire wo say nimude we le me kofa free bia we a esanse wonye wadwene se wo be hwehwe ni ntino say ye na kore se nya ne kore wonhu enti I will urge any Muslim bia say esomo no ekuta wo no pe hu nimude ne hunu ade a wudi akire ne hunu se ida se eye na da bi ne ye dadawo ana se ya asem no kure bi na ye ka de akire wo me pam chow say TikTok de wo ye ni wasesa ne na yi bebrebe ni rules bebrebe programs ne ye ne se likes na no so video no on pushing fan ko ni mu e say de wo ye ni se opese oba life na opese duro chira utua sika ansan wo pushi dia call chire dia amount e say de o ma ye page no o ma ye o TikTok ye no nti se oba so na one like program no ye ni petu ne wo so ni petu na na ye be wo so sa akopem se ye be pon all the same ye ni nkomo enti de tie ni enti se wanya wadwene se nimude na wankasa wo be hwehwe akira kwan ukote se ukobusa question free shake ho ukobusa question wo malam ho ukobusa question wo whatever you believe in uwojide woni mu no se ukobusa question wo no ho na wo ma wo answer bia with all due respect entna fa konka say the shake na malam na whatever ne dia ma me na eno ano no e wo se wo nso ko na wo kohwehwe se de wo kan eye ne kore anasa nye ne kore Yanshasembi, according to the Quran, Allah has made the devil allies to the disbelievers. According to the Quran, no. So you can allies and keremofo say, and yet friends. Enti yamfa womo terms are womo dema the word allies, you know. Yamfa no shahadi. Womo say and yet the term friends. Name mono. Aye say unkope mwa emfiri ne ho se okope emwa ede afiri wo bi ho no enipa ne be ya wo ally okay enti yemfa ne sa enti according to the Quran Allah aye devil no an ally ayen na yenni no ye kope mwa di free ne ho me pa chaw sa asem we no we obi a we disbeliever ana even say we believer mpa aye na kore Satan wo hene according to the Quran ye be check it Satan impo no mo kan ho asem no ye nipa mpo ye de ani hu no ye mfa ye ni hu no enti ye mfa ye ni hu no e be da ni akopem wa de afiri ne ho you see so wo hu no mo nchire mu bia ya na mo de ma some verses be just to twist the meaning of the ayahs no now enkremofo Mami musa mo question we ansana me dem akomo book ni. According to the Quran, yen disbelievers na Allah yen devil no allies e de ama yen. Okay. Awo ma eniema ensem fata e pleasien na ade adetenene e we ye so. Eye ono Allah na ama devil no eye yensa enti mi bisase mu Muslims se so no mo ye believers no Allah ama devils enye musa no adenti na monso etru se mo ye fasting ye chichiri Satan de ne tu afiase ewo mo ho Fakwa dwendwene mo de Allah create mu in a different way. Said ye be ya Satan no onya access to mo. Satan no onye ally to munti onto me dada mo mamo nkoye bone bia. Na niyama bia na enye fe no onto me mane nya mo fe mamo nkodi akire. Ye no mo no ye disbelievers no. Ena Allah ama Satan no abeye ally. Ena eniyama eye displeased to Allah bia ne ye no e pleasing in the sight of ye no eyade tenene eyade efe. Enti ye no mo de Satan niyama ne so ye ni ma ye di akire. Mibisa wo ye believer no a sa ade we se no won fall to it no adenti na mo no nso eduru se Allah mo ye fast na Allah chichiri Satan de ne to afiase because of mo na chese ye ne mu nyina ne look adaya neboa ye ne mu nyina no look adaya and o check hadith in so na kore ye ne mu nyina look adaya. Who as a believer, no, me a disbeliever, no, there is no difference between me and you. When it comes to Satan, the Satan between I am no. What Wakonya say, well, yet the same thing to you as as a believer. Satan ya me ally. Otumi dada me mame koye bone. Otumi dada me mame diewu. Otumi dada mame boy damai. Otumi dada me mame bokrono. Otumi dada me mame cassette ya Islam. Satan ya me ally inti. Ena sadie we se num nyina wanya konya wo me homa me ye. Wo nsusu na Satan enya wo ally. Na Satan momono na ewo se wo ma wo ye bone di tia Allah no. Wo no Satan nya wo ally nanso Allah chi Satan de edine to ofiase because of him. Meaning mokora no Satan ya mo ally more than young disbelievers no. You get a point? A son says Satan ya mo allies inti Satan no wayamu intimate friends. Satan ya mo intimate wayamu intimate friends. Na se Allah mfana nto afiase a one mammo coin and mamon chenemo yamu community. I was say Allah did it to of years because I continue more chinen and on here Allah. Mochiria na Allah on chain mo friend, you know. That is Satan. Na ordena mamu say Satan mo nante. Point in a clear them out here. Me pacha point in a clear. Me pese point in mo ye clear them out to me says ya samun subiu. According to the Quran, young disbelievers, and Allah, the devil, no, allies to us, young disbelievers, and Allah, Satan, no, allies to us. What ye close friends, one year counsel, some, 1 year dim como be our pet, what bay ye, 10 be our pen, what buy and chain, 10 be our pen, now we're training one free and chain. Okay, a son say, yana obey ye, Tino. Adie bia no a eye achiwade di tia Allah no wotumi dada yen anytime bia wope ema yeye. Now mono a monye disbelievers no mon fall to this trap. Okay, afidie we no mon fall to for this afidie we no eye denti na mon a mon fall to the allies of the Satan no mo chene mo yemo komo a Allah timi chichiri Satan de ne to ofiase because one chichiri na mfa na to ofiase a Satan ebe dada mo makoye bone. Meaning say monsono the Satan is your ally friend. Why you close friend? Said the yenso why you close friend. You see say believing in Allah and disbelieving in Allah are the same stage. Difference be anymore. In reality no, you and me no ye nyina ye wo faako. Dia wo de ho ato so no eye gise wuwu ansan wako hu se e ho anase ni ho. On say me a menyini ne ne wo a wudi ni de ni difference ni yemu me kura ne mfa so wo me so e chen wo because atam ya wo chene wo yakom wo sori ahomache na wadidi amuofu ye kutu no satam sankofa mada ade chia no pe no menya abotra ye tin achikosua pipe no mu de ahyem abobbo bia mafo ye kutu ne mabetena wo sori ahomache a wo bi me sankofa mada no e na wo didie because e wa ni dis ahomache na eri abo eno untumi nidi because awesome Allah ye kokro anyway ye jade bi wa Enye easy o. Yeni nkomo. Why? Surah to Araf. Quran Surah 7. Yeka 27 to 28. Yeka 27 to 28. Or say, oh, children of Adam, let not Satan attempt you as he removed your parent from paradise, stripping them of their clothing to show them their private parts. Indeed, he sees you and his tribe. Okay, he sees you and his tribe from where you do not see them. Indeed, we have made the devil allies to those who do not believe. Oh, children of Adam, according to Mujidieno, children of Adam, it includes those who believe and those who does not believe, according to Mujidieno. And he was saying, Mua, Adam may, Monshana mama obonefo no ana Satan and Adam said your okodada mama me ene mo papa no ma wofo no e wo paradise a wo pa wo mo ho ntoma e ma wo mo hunu wo mani hunu wo modegya no monhwe ena Satan no wa medada mo the same thing we pa cha tie common you o say let not Satan tempt you as he remove your parents from paradise, stripping them from clothing to show them their private part. Indeed, he sees you, he and his tribe. Enti Satan no ya kase tribe wo bonton enti wo busuya kuo. Satan no e na busuya. Satan no wo na busuya. Okay. I read one hadith sometimes ago bia yes Satan or tukosua wayesa akokɔ no wɔtukosua na ne nkosua na paapae ne ma Satan wɔtukosua na ne nkosua na paapae ne ma. I forgot that hadith, but I think I've read it before. Okay, and the Satan wo abusua na wɔde na abusua no yɛnhwɛ ade or say indeed he sees you and his tribe from where you do not see them. Indeed, we have made the devils allied to those who do not believe. Enti Satan ye abodie bia wone na busua no womone de wo mu hu ye but ye nipa ne ye hu homo according to nkramosom womu gidie no womu nkyerɛkyerɛ no ewiase na ye wo no ye ne ewiase we say no eye two planets. Okay, ye wo planet the devils and na busua live in and na yenso so no yenso ye planet no enti omo de na spiritual and ye de na physical ye no omo na bohye according to nkramosom ne nkyerɛkyerɛ enti omo ne de omo hu ye no ye hu omo. Okay, na omo na ye hu omo no Satan na ye hu omo no ye no mo no ye nyi ala ani no ala no e de na ye close friends de patotio. We have made the devil allies to those who do not believe. Allah no ama Satan be close friends to them. Let's just say, Satan is not your friend. Satan is not your friend, and when you're close friend. Why then should Allah change Satan when you guys are doing fasting? Because according to Munchire no, edru Satan no amoya fasting na heaven gate ye bi. Enti wose moya papa nko na mo papa froko heaven. Enti wose ye chi Satan eto afiase na ye close the gate of hell. Me pacha ye no mre ye bone na ye die no ekohene. Ya no ne bone na ye die no ekohene. Enti se Satan na ye close friends. Ena wono na chichi ni pade ne koboni mu. Ya no no ye bone na ye die no efiri hwan. Because Allah chi ne to afiase. Ana wo chi ne to afiase a ana Satan wo da fiase ne ye monkramofo no mo de a wo da mo de mo koboni mu ana. That is the question. Ye wo Satan wo da ye wo mu nyini edu mo koboni mu. Ene ye wo Satan wo da wo mu gidie no edu mo koboni mu. Enti bra Allah achi mo ye fasting no. Satan ni mu de he na Allah achi na to afiase no. Eye de wo da mo nkramofo mo koboni mu. Ana eye de wo dada nipa nipa nyina ma ne ye bone se eye de odada nipa nyina ma ne ye bone a eye de ne ye chi Satan to ofiase ne ye nom no ye nyi ala ani no ye ntimi nyini ni ye o dine sam no ho se ye eye de odada mu nkramofo nko ema mo ye bone ne de a na chese mo nso no ye wo Satan ala ayano allies to mu Muslims so enti mono money any difference bi ani yemu you see say aden na nya argument body na ebere on say aden na nya argument body na ebere on say de wusi sofa wo ho na no me kan sa asem we say de kire mo me kire mo Muhammad da ye na wo son ye no mo de ye lele to kadel no mo de ye no ne da ye na me kire ase de kire mo enti munya adia ya friend say ekan ko empumtuo ene ahoto munya bida because of the concept of Islam no amudi akire no there are a whole lot of things in Islam it doesn't make sense. This is the main reason why some years ago Omo can say the Quran can never be translated because they don't want you to know what is written. They don't want you to understand what is written. And any name in Akra mu sheikhs ne mo malam se na mu di wo chena. Omo time kan Quran aya bia. Waman check the translation no. Omo ntumi nkyira ase. Okay? So you see say this Quran aya no is telling lies. Now, me enko another aya na menkyira wade. Yemfa 28 in the Quran so answer. Yemfa 28 in so. Verse number 28. Was it, and when they commit immorality, they say we found our forefathers doing it, and Allah has ordered us to do it. Say indeed, Allah does not order immorality. Do you say about Allah that which you do not know? Me pacha sa aya we ya besa ya kan ni biem me quote hadith bi dia kire. Yes, the statement here no no correct. Allah has ordered people to do immorality. Me quote hadith dia kire wo komsheni na confirm say yes no correct. It is in the book of destiny. So if this same Quran country say Allah does not allow people to do immorality, it is a false claim. Okay? Enti shesa statement we so mama ye besa ba be kan. Mama fa another aya nkyere. Let the Sufi speaks. Me pa cho me ba so sesi a. Me ba. O de mama nkofa no na wo nwane. Mama nfa no na wo nwane. Aha. Mama nfa na nsa no wo nwane. What you mean? Let the Sufi speak. What you mean?
Hello, yeah, it's saying.
Boko na so e. Okay. Quran ayah we say no. Quran surah 7, ayat number 27. It says say Allah aye yanom no yanyini ni Satan allied to yanom no yanyini no. Monu amujidie no, is Satan your ally or Satan is not your ally?
Good. I think you have to understand the concept of Satan in Islam.
Okay.
Before you take something to read it to understand. Yeah, in Islam, no, you didn't say, Yankupon one a bibia. Enti, Sanipa no, who rejecting Yankupon, automatically, no, you go to the opposite. So automatically, no, Satan a ally.
Okay.
But in Islam, no, then he says Satan one the obey my and say obey what's wish. He make you see things in double. Like minye way and some minye way. Because he stands at your front, at your back, and everywhere.
Mhm.
But the problem that nipa your nerves. Nti anytime biara a wobɛhu sɛ Prophet Muhammad says wobɛyɛ biribiara a ɛyɛ very wrong ne sɛ wokɔ sɛ a'udhu billah, God, I seek refuge from you from Satan. Na still woyɛ adeɛ no a na ɛnyɛ Satan, ɛyɛ wo nerves. Nti in Islam no sɛ Ramadan ɛdu sɛ yɛ a
Ɛdeɛ bɛyɛ ne nerves.
ɛno ɛyɛ wo how
Wo
do I
inner self.
ne
Wo inner self ana.
wobɛtumi aka sɛ not inner but wobɛtumi aka sɛ yourself.
Okay.
In English you say
Okay.
yourself. Nti ɛno no ɛyɛ wo nipa no your trait your osuban a wantumi anrefine ma nanyɛ okay. Ɛno no na ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛma woyɛ bɔne. Nti Muslim bɛtumi ayɛ bɔne in Ramadan even if Satan is chained because of his inner self or his nerves. Wote aseɛ. Nti sɛ wonu a woyɛ nyabotere me explain it wonu a wareject faith no wonu already you are going to the opposite, so Satan automatically becomes your ally because you are at the negative end. But ono why reject Satan no the right thing. He pray, he believe in God, he do fasting and everything. No. Anything be wrong, no, he has no especially when he want to do anything wrong and he still do it. That is the problem with his nerves, with his self. In English, it's yourself.
Nti according to Islamic teachings, enipa timi free ono ani pem eye bone wa bera enye Satan na amena ye enye Allah na amena ye mebo.
Satan yenye tieniye. Yenye believe in say anything be anya obi a nipa wade nyankopon. Enti we believe in destiny, predestination.
Nafse na wo kan wo see a Muslim timi ye bone with his own nerves. And then we say nafse na ye den. And I say yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Into yourself, you can sin by yourself without it being caused by Satan or Allah, right?
No, if put Allah is in charge of everything. Because we believe Allah has the power to do anything He wants. So when you are doing something, Allah is something that we don't derive Allah into those things. But Satan has.
If Allah have power to do everything, then Allah can cause you to sin, right?
Allah, when we say Allah cause you to sin, what we mean is that you have rejected faith, so you are on your own. So Allah allow you to have whatever.
When you haven't rejected faith, say one reject faith, can Allah make you sin and I say unto him I won't sin it?
That one comes from your nerves, only fine nerves.
So okay, that nerves, that meaning say nerves self said it is not being caused by Satan, it is not being caused by Allah, but it is caused by yourself, right?
Yeah. Allah,
so this time, it is your own power to sin against Allah.
You are doing it on your own volition.
You have weighed it. You have weighed it.
My man is explaining sin and trouble in Islamic concept. Always know I want to help you because when you are in a situation where you want to know something but the lack of knowledge, it also.
What do you
Islamic concept, no. Sin, nipa on your own refined character. And by example, if you are not somebody who has learned to master something, you end up human beings, we are from the soil. And everything that comes from the soil comes from different varieties. They are thorns, sweet, bitter, and so those kind of things now involve the elements that make man. And we have some kind of trait there anyway. So what is required from a believer is to learn how to improve yourself. Stop lying. Somebody don't know how to lie, but some people they are very good at it due to nature, where they are brought up and other things. So what human being you need to do is to be close to the people of God. Otherwise, you are going to be with the people of Satan, the opposite. So human being, here in Islam, when you say, he has the power to do everything. And everything
Who say what is sin in Islam? Unyan chere you. And until I'm a person. You can't say sin in Islam. Because question I may be sa when they say, what will say more Muslims said more idea bonia moyano by your own self. It is not being caused by Satan nor Allah.
Satan just mention in Islam. Satan, he can only do what wish. He can only make you see things in double. Oh no,
So
Satan,
why is Satan being changed during the month of Ramadan?
so that he doesn't make the believers who are submitted to see things in double.
Okay, so meaning Satan is your ally. Satan is allied to you believers as well.
You are not listening. Listen to me very, very well. My instances to you. No, be attentive and listen and learn. Let me go back to what I said previously. Me see, if you are a believer who believes in God and do all the rights that God say, you become automatically an ally to God because you are doing the positive of what God wants. But if you reject all those things, you go to the opposite. That is where Satan stands. So
Okay.
automatically, if you find the when it comes to your ally, ally means somebody who you are at the same place with.
Okay.
Who can say because ally means obi
I
a
said
wonu
the
no.
ally, no, they said the ally na someone whom you are at the same place with. And you
Yeah,
want to
that's the
say
meaning of ally.
ally, not just an intimate friend. I said the
Yeah, it can
someone
be
whom
that
you
the
are at the
same
same place with.
the same meaning. Because intimacy
Okay.
friend that means obi a wonu no. Akwa say intimacy ya obi a wonu no agree to be at the same place, marry and do
Okay.
everything. The same English.
Oh, yeah, to us.
But na one thing the
Oh,
same
yeah,
thing.
to us, to us,
And
to us.
if you are there, that means you have already taken him as an ally. But when it
Okay.
comes to Ramadan, the job that Satan can do is to put doubt in the mind of people to do sin, to do this. So that time, God give the believers this credit of removing that thing so that things will be easier for them. In that very, very month of Ramadan, if you see yourself doing some bad things, it's not that because you have come an ally to Satan. Satan has nothing to do with sin. Satan only can do what wish, then human beings sin. So if you are not an ally to him, which means you are at the party of God, an ally to God, and still you find yourself doing those things, then you have to blame your nafs. You have to blame yourself. When I
Okay.
say
Thank
blame the
you.
body, I mean the
Oh,
inner
dear,
self.
mama, you won't church what dear banim. So
Okay.
Muslims have power. Okay, they have power to sin by themselves against Allah.
Yeah, that's what we all do.
Okay, so in Islam, Allah is all powerful, but
Yeah.
Muslims become more powerful than Allah to sin against them without getting connected to Satan. They can within themselves sin against Allah, right?
Still won't see the make an answer. Yeah, no, we don't believe
Who
sin for
statement?
Satan.
Okay, na me bisa who question. What say during the month of Ramadan? For more Muslims, said ya be ya Satan ma mu hunu niyama tutu because me dey na me minim say
Yeah,
channel na ye na Allah ye ni intimate friend no ye no na obetumi ama ya hunu niyama tutu
there
okay
be
but
Obia,
mon soso
Obia.
no mon soso no one year mo intimate friends no during the month of Ramadan watimu ma mu hunu niyama tutu enti wo say Allah achi ne to afiase okay
Yeah.
enti say Allah achi ne to afiase na ceremony bi ye bone a enye Allah na amena ye bone enye Satan na amena ye bone that time no the person become benya tumi bi a otumi dina tumi ne so e de ye bone di tia Allah
When you net to me, because to me, you are also making another word which is very complex. Bonnie and yet to me, Bonnie a negative trait, your lower self, and I'm aware. Bonnie
enti
and
Satan na many pa ye bone anase eye nipa ne pe no de ye bone
Nipano negative trait. The problem I want about religion is here, you don't take the time to understand the words that you use.
me pacha answer question we say mami answer question we mami enipa say nipa ye bone a either you being a believer or not a believer say wo ye bone a eye Satan na ma wo ye bone anase eye wa wo pe na wo de ye bone
Your unrefined nature. A
odi
unrefined, example.
me pacha wo say
Say,
o den
unrefined nature.
enti yankai Quran enti yankai Quran ni yanka de bone o many pa ye bone yankai Quran
the kind of Quran now, ube understand the end point of what. Let me explain something to you. I'm not
okay abera me pa cha tie me
I'll
tie
explain to
me
you. Don't worry. I know
abera
what
me pa cha wodie tie me o hanum say abera Allah pamu Satan edi na free your friend say Garden of Eden waka say wo nkoto nsori wo nkoto abofo ni nsori nkoto Adam Iblis ankoto no Allah pamu di na free turo ni mu dia ba sa na Allah Satan katra Allah wo say Allah katra say wo free turo ni mu anko na ensem fata say obeya aso ne wo turo ni na Satan say because of say o katra Allah say wo pamu me makodi a ene ya mesero ma me meretentene kopem say Adam ne Adam no wabɔ no wɔne n'asefoɔ no ɔmo wu sɔre mmerɛ ne bɛba ɛna last saa na teɛ de a ɛne mama wo mmerɛ tenten no then adi a Satan de mmerɛ tenten be ɔkate Allah say because you have put me into an error I will sit and wait for them their front their back their side and side and then I will cause most of them to be sin against you Allah. Is it not in the Quran?
Yeah. Let me explain to you what I saw, but one thing, let me explain to you. I will explain to you. Don't worry. I'm here. The whole concept about so some few minutes, I may explain the whole concept about Satan. Most of the 80s, Satan. Satan is with the people doing those things. So you don't understand the concept of Satan. And based on that story that you have read a little bit here, is the concept of Satan. You know, in Islam, Satan is somebody who his nature is not that he was a bad person, but he was an arrogant person. He was thinking he was the higher among the God's creation. But within his plan, he wants to make human being the Khalifa, somebody who's coming to be in place of him. Because a Khalifa, somebody who's going to be in place of somebody. And Satan, I know the first creation of Satan, we are part of them. He was the only pious person. But the promise of God, according to the Hadith Qudus, worship me, I will reward you. Do the right thing, I will reward you. And to all those creatures who were with Satan, they all went wrong, and God destroyed all of them. And to Satan. So Satan, now he was hanging around within angels. And said, I am the best that God has ever done. So this Satan, because of the arrogance that came in him, because everyone has been destroyed but him, and said he was the best that God has ever done. So tell my uncle, obey angel, obey human being. Yankupon catch angels. And the angels, due to a more previous understanding of if Yankupon Nepal on one free choice, the free will. He can do whatever he wants. They do sin like the previous creation. Emma, catching a couple a body on the Cambodia. And a couple say, no, I know what you don't know. Until a one angels know or more repenty. Say, even though a small angels no kind, and you're wrong, but they have submitted to God, being the one who knows even what you don't know, beyond what you know. Let me put it that way. But on Satan, no, a year, Adam, no question, so they should all bow to him. No. Still, not arrogance, honor. And the reason why Satan is still alive is that he wants to prove to God that he can mislead all the creation of God. And God said you should bow to Satan, and he said he couldn't do it. Then he began blaming God. Then he began blaming because his nature is still he wants to shift the blame somewhere. And to share the same story, Adam said, don't touch this tree. And Yankupon said, fear. When they forgot and they touched the tree, when they touched the tree, when God cared, why did you do that? They did not blame God like Satan. They accepted that they have done a mistake because the command was don't touch it. So whether God has make them forget or not, they have submitted to him being the greatest. So they ask for forgiveness and God forgive them. But Satan, instead of still asking for forgiveness, he will say, God, give me some time. I will let you know that these people, they are ungrateful. So all the previous worshiping I have done to you and everything, no, give me the reward. So God leaving Satan with humanity is a promise that God will give you the promise that He has given the believers. So if you want to understand the concept, there is something that it is very difficult for religious people to explain. That is the concept of Ada or Kader.
So to you, you have made a logical explanation for us. One someone who can maybe Jina so mame fire binchiro. What the mame fire binchiro nature try away money radio.
Okay.
I say,
Don't worry, who are you? Be a Muslim person, I know.
Okay. Read. I am mediator so Quran Surah 43. Can 36 to 37 on your radio.
Chapter 10.
Surah 43, ayat number 36 to 37.
One moment.
And that screen is so bet me a kind there.
And it's to see, and whoever turns a blind eye to the reminder of the most passionate, we place at the disposal of each a devilish one on their close as their close associate. So what? For say, Obia on over turning blind eye, which means blind eye means doing your own vain desire. So automatically, you go to the opposite. So when in Islam, when we read the scriptures, when they say God appointed something, it means you are at the other side, whether good or bad. So you don't take it like somebody, like some God stands somewhere and is appointing something to. No, we don't understand it that way. What we read is that if whoever turns a blind eye to the reminder, if you say still you don't want to do it, you want to do your vain desire, then automatically you are at the opposite, and the opposite is the allies of Satan.
Let the Sufi speaks. Mamma can't summon children. Book na friend the Quran a monton what because Mamma better do. Mamma can't summon children. According to according to Quran Surah 7, ayat number 179, Allah has created some of mankind and jinni for hellfire. Okay, Allah na created woman for hellfire. It's not like they have decided to be blind, but it is Allah who have made them so. So what are you trying to say? How can I blind myself? I have decided to blind myself. Do I have power to blind myself?
Let me explain to you.
What do I when the man see? Me pese wunchire mu na wudi kan dem aya no wo kan sa asem we mani so wunchire mu na wo dem aya no eya wa wunchire onti ase na wo dem ma eye kro anchire kan aya na mani si wo kan 36 to 37 kan mani si yete o.
It says the second one is here, and we will certainly hinder them from the right way while they think they are rightly guided. Yeah.
Indeed, me pa cho ma men kai na unken kai na say yen shadantini me anka sanso men shadantini entity was it, and whoever is blinded from remembrance of the most merciful, we appointed for him a devil, and he is to him a companion. Enti obia na ni efra wo bone ho men kan sa obia na ni efra wo bone ho no na onkai Allah no ye appointed devil Satan the man say o man ni close friend o man ni companion o ne mara menam. Although Nipano is blinded, instead of say Allah be jano say ebi Nipano nka obesike help kopim say na ni betie no Allah besa appointed Satan the man say o man companion yanto aso e dia na companion wo beye was say, and indeed the devil avert them from the way of guidance while they think that they are rightly guided. So who appoint them from the right guide? Who appoint them? It is the devil.
Suppose say what better understand Arabic version because I'm reading a different.
Arabic word baby. Who Arabic na wo kind Sufi me. Who Arabic na wo kind. What kind we are? What share translations and what to me at him. You tear that wakoye the same thing. You tear that wakoye the same thing with list media. Avram bi mushema no ya say one kind. Waje ay Arabic ne kenkan Arabic no. Wa kenkan Arabic ni wie. Ye busa ne se ase ne say a. Was it on memorize? Enti gi se wo yi fun na wo hwe na wo kenkan ya na wo sa kirekirim. Wo yi fun a translation wo ase. O kan Arabic ne no wodi na ni hwe translation ni mu kirekirim. Ye nim se mu nyina na aya atro na mo ba social media mu di Arabic no mo ankasa. Mo nti ase. Aya translation na mo de ye adwuma. And so mobile ye movie platform so more pretended to say more the Arabic no ye jam mo betimi a kenkan Arabic na chire bi bia wo buku ni mo di achire
Mami explain don't accuse people of atro don't use harsh words discuss with people. I'm not
for any harsh word atronya harsh. According to the Quran, Allah is the best of the deceivers. And Allah one day atrofo nyina hene. Me can say Allah atrofo me didn't attempt because Quran says he is the best of the deceivers. Adentina Allah na kan wo Quran ni mo say ye won krophobia wo mani afra afri Allah ho. Na Allah appointed Satan to be their companion so that Satan no ebema eniama enye fe ayo mo fe na ye wo mo say wo mo na mo kwai tenene so. Now we so back at say, and you born some of the many fire bonnet, name a inner self.
This all kind verse now I can complain just about some of your body. I don't know what he has his limit. Can you not here? Until the Mr. Otias say,
okay, if you yes, I'm 27 of you.
Let me explain something to you.
Yanka 27 of you, and was playing the actually. Indeed, the devil avert them from the way of guidance. Why they think they are rightly guided? I see anything.
No, see, if you go to his way, then he has an impact, an effect on you.
Who goes his way?
If you are not guided, will be effect on you.
Why in the corner way?
Mami explaining something to you because
you would not explain what has not been read. The other kind of and you see the motor again. You kind 20, 30, 36, 37. 36, 37, and you see kind today. And you say, turn on a buy away, and I get the economy way.
They were kind of okay, but when I want to see, instead issue basic things, I'm out here. Say, because I could be affect on somebody, because a war back. Let's have some bad child be our community. One person will be associated with him because he will have some effect on him. And when just on so Kobokro, I better bet effect on him, no daddy, or no, bad influence. But he is not the one who committed the crime. The crime is being committed by your son. So what I say. If you go to the negative, if you have blind eye on the ways of God and you go to the negative, definitely you will have a bad company, you have a bad companion, and he will have effect on you. Because always, so the reason why we have to remember God means we have to remember the rules of God, the command and the Sharia. So if you go against what God is doing and to the negative, then definitely you go to the opposite.
Tufi. Basic example. Now also fatty and maybe as well. And I'm more better to do. You can say obi a blinder. In reality, you can be a blinder. The person cannot walk alone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So near Allah actually wahani say because of say nipa ye blind inti ye no ye free na person ye ni frafo enti wasa wono no appoint someone na obey lead yen enti se me ye ni frani ne se obi be so ma ba mu se wo de me nante ne se okoja me de me koto amene mu a eya me pe de makoto amene ni ma na se di wodi manim no na de makoto amene mu.
You have to know the reason why you are with him in the first place.
Okay, the reason why I am with the person, and they say, me basic example. Said your woman basic example. Okay, we are talking about Tobia. We are talking about Tobia where you're blind. Okay, and me and my appointee Obia. Now what they may 90. I am with the person because I trust the person. I am with the person because I believe say the person will rightly guide me. Okay. And na many ni panam. Any panic could die me mame koto amenemu. Eye me na mame na dem ato amenem anase eye wono na dem akoto amenem.
Now, the problem I want to say, which is the first part of the verse, no? And then you are attacking the second one. The first part
The
is
first
say,
part they say,
whoever.
okay, makani mi enu nyina bom, sufiti. Makani mi enu nyina bom. And whoever is blinded from remembrance of the most merciful. So the person
Very
is
good.
blinded. And there is something that caused the person to be blinded. According to Quran Surah 7, ayat number 179, it is Allah who has made them so. Okay, it is Allah who had made them so. So Allah has branded these people, and at the same time appointed a companion for that companion to guide them. So obi anani afrane de nipa na all guiding. He knows, he thinks that the person is rightly guided him. Okay, and I would dinachi. And to what dinachi no what the control meremu. Nipa na all guiding. I did not choose the nipa na all guiding by myself, but rather the person all guiding was chosen by my father. And what the man say, one name and one family, or the man called what the man called to a what I should blame myself, say, me ma kwa to a
My main explanation, still, you don't understand. The problem, my bahas here, because something to say. The problem here, I see the problem mostly with how do you call it? With atheists and Christian apologetics. One said people don't understand that the Quran is a non-linear book. I always say this thing to you. You don't understand what I mean. Quran no any linear book. And it says, every story has a reason why it is there. And
Sufi.
you make it with a verse because here you don't
quoted this ayah, Sufi. You quoted this ayah, and I'll catch them say, I got kind of mentias here. Until mommy basis explanation. Mommy basis explanation. I told you, say, the basis explanation that you gave, doesn't sound logic. So I have given you a logical basis explanation that you are trying to run away from the basis explanation of Ediamano. And I won't take religion and say na bra 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 bra. Religion I want to say.
I'm not. Let me explain something to you. The problem I'm when is who can and you forgot the
Good morning.
Good morning. Me patre be ba so sesi anya. Me so fin fa na no nsi wa. J me das for the game. Me so fin fa na no nsi wa.
You omitted the key thing that
thanks for the gift.
The key thing is that somebody who get remembrance of God. You already you have put yourself in
okay, Sufi me pacha wo de ma yentie Kadis kakra ye wi e be sa ba so Kadis, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Me pacha Quran Surah 43 36 to 37 why? African King Surah 43 36 to 37. Yeah. Kadis me pacha eti obako de.
Me adum. Me dey be na extreme adun.
Okay, me pacha eti o. Me pacha oti enka.
Hello. Yes sir.
Yeah, eti o.
Me say. The form be back no be extreme adun aka am person ka me bisa wa kra.
Okay, me pacha eti o.
Me pacha o. Mbacha we Christian ya na say o sumo.
Me follow Africa traditions.
Okay. Nti aya don't say aya time me follow bi say o Muslim side. Nti aya what about Christian side?
Me pacha me nsua ma de for Christian side nti ho no me nkoho. Ye omo sua ma de afa ho a wo mo nsusu kire ho ade. Enti me ba bia me nsua ma de afa ye no me nkoho. Why?
Okay. Bacho. Se no don't say me be say me tia say bibi say e bia enfa no say time bia wo Muslim side na me boa. Nti bacho o condemn na say o ye ni.
Me ye ni ye said ya Quran na kasa afa ho no na me kire. Me condemn e de me kan bia no me kan de Quran na kan e na me kire. Why? enti me ba sa me be condemn ana me be ye ni yie de Quran na kan na America Quran no eye Islam yie ana sesei no
eye Islam yie
okay enti de
ba
Quran na kan no na America why
onum say Quran e wa de bi on obetimi akan won ana say wanam say enye wo de enti obetimi asua ba enema na de kire no nti ase da nti wan ha obekon
who you Muslim
yo
okay me pa cho aya na da so no kan na kire na se ne hwade
me ba ma yan wie na me ba so
me pa cho me pese wo kan na wo kire ma se na me hunu se de me kan ya na man te ase na ya proceed on enti kai de da so na kire ya me say wo nkire mu no be ye different from de me kire mu no
mba cho o kai la onum de enti a me ba la we so no
Kadis me pese what dia tum say we Muslim and wa mama tia say because of say me nyi sum ni nti bibi o ha mekan enso e bia na me tia ase ma dia tum e bia de da so ya mekan ma tia ase wo ye Muslim
me kan chiro wan ha me kan chiro be 3 times kra de me kan on jin tum da
enti wo de kan enya me nko na me nyi ntum etiefo so ye say nipa 43 ene ye wo so enti wo kan ya sami ma anya ntum obi wase a wo betimi ade atum kan ne hwa de kan ne kire ye mu ne hwa
nka me pese mi wie ma se mo na ma ba so na ma kan a kire tiefo na o ma
won kan so a me ba nko foforo so
o se
ta wan kan we no me ma won nko asem me ma won nko asem foforo so
me so nka ma me kwai na me ka ma asem no wie a me kan ma o perfectly na what ma se de me se
aya na da so no tumi akan ana wontumi nkan
o met me akan ba me pese ma se ma no kwai na
kan hu ya na mama akwan na do ase
me pese me ka asem atu asem su man ka ma asem na me nya kwan kan ya no ma o ko ma ya fast na me cho
ya ni wie dia wontumi nkan asem ne nto aso ana
o se
ta wo kan aya ni wie wontumi nkan asem ne nto aso
me si aha na wo ye in charge ntimi sere wo de ma me kwan na me bisa o de bisa no
me tio
me ka say last time bi me bedwane o ba say me network nye na ase o the time bisa say o condemn na say o ye ni ye no see Muslims say ade bi wo ho na say eni side ade no nye den enye papa emaye ana me boa by say by side den enna eye papa den emaye na nka sada because me network nye mitimi dua ba nka me pese wo fa aya kura kire se ade bi ho en kwaya afa enye papa maye no ye den embetu so ba sada no me twensa me ye den me hu e nti sa no onso we na wodi betu so no
me de be ma kan we say de ma ya me wi a me de be ma
we na wodi betu so no na say kan a anhwa nipa do na be nya understand also because English and Arabic what is here
ba no sada no o dia ina o pesa me pa cha kan we no kan we ni wi a wasam no asem na me kan ye no me de be ma wo Quran ni ti kan we no ma me
yeah en fire ho a en mi e den
Kadis kan de da so no wasiko ube gone
zanko fa on to make
ube gone ube gone
ai zanko fa mesro mo question ba ko bisa mai na o wase o
Sufi de o ba so so question bisa won titu do
ai Sufi no question ba ko bisa
me wo two hadiths kura me sa kan dia to
Sufi mesro ma me sa o me question mesro
Yeah.
okay
I was
according to
where
Africa nyabotre member Sufi Quran no mo say do Ramadan say ya chechere bonsam yes or no
what is true
okay hadith okay mate enti adenti na ade a o Sufi a me no nyina wo so say enipa bi how wo say o ma wo kunkun ma na se nyamia ho na se wonya tumi bi na wo chi nipa na adenti na wasa wansan so njaa nipa ne bio
so na nice what you are letting an answer
I'm say problem near Uber Halit, my explaining no already. And no a problem most of the atheists don't have understand that what God cannot destroy Satan. A Yankupon person who is only Yankupon he fulfilled promise. Satan has a history beyond human existence. Ono nso no ɔyɛ obi a ɔsom Nyankopɔn nti yɛn Islamic belief no God promised them that worship me I will reward you. So he was very devout, but then he was having a problem of arrogance until the creation of Adam. Then his other side manifested. So Nyankopɔn Emma and reward because Satan will be saying Nyankopɔn leave me with this creation. I will show you that all of them were going to be misguided. And Nyankopɔn can say, okay, if this is the recompense that you want from me, I'll give it to you. And in Islam, we didn't say, but some another Satan or in existence, no God who fulfills his promise to his creation. He doesn't go against what he promised to give his creation. So God in Ramadan, the hadith saying that Satan is being enchained. And no, if you come to Islamic interpretation of that word that God is being chained, what the reality of the more about that very particular concept of Islam noir. Now, say it has to do with during Ramadan. Really, the month put some things in place that Muslims cannot do bad things. So already that's the meaning of the Satan being put in chain. No? And your literal way no it means there are some key things that Satan manifests through. That things have been blocked. Example, because of we are very weak. Maybe
Meba, meba bro meba. Sufi. On the Quran and Hadith no. Me sure say omo twere no. Omo andwen a hu say betom lebi no. Enkwal enipa bi baba asase so a ebia omo adwen a omo de twene e baba benya adwen ese na omo de no. Wo Sufi wontumi ngancha me say wo hoi. Na say ebia wonyen wo de ma me for example say wonyen nkokɔ. On the villages wonyen nkokɔ a yawo abo bi yawo snake bi wo hɔ a ya fa ne pampansra da wotimi bechiche wonkokɔma ne bi ani wonkosua na wo wanya chance achi aboa na wo se aboa na hobeku nkokɔ no wanya chance achi aboa no se basan agya adint
okay,
wanya chance achi aboa no wanya tumi achi aboa na wo ku nkokɔ no wanya tumi achi aboa no wo de aboa ne to hɔ no ma be na wɔtwa wo se masan agya aboa no wansa meku nkokɔ ma no wo kura na wo yi nipa no asa de we wo be.
Okay, my main experience still in Islam now. The God who revealed the Quran, if you are a Muslim, or you can believe that it's written by Muhammad, whatever, they knew people read things according to their understanding. In Quran, Surah Al Imran, I say the verses of the Quran are two types. There are some which are mutashabbiha and some which are muhkama. That's some which are literal, some you don't take them literal. And there is one hadith Prophet Muhammad and Aisha said, "Sawuma will be sadaka, and sawuma will be gift here. Gift no, it didn't come Yankupon same as I do Nipan same." And to another year and say, I did ever Yankupon some there's some young special until she cleaned the date and perfume it. And Okacha said that that's not what he mean. So the problem with most people Muslim brother now some of us say everything that they be attacking Muslims. No, Muslims are asking to me a stupid question. People have the right to pursue whatever they want to. If you want to go against the Christian concept of religion, he can do that one alone. If you want to talk about the Muslim understanding that the world is now a free world, the ancient world where some people want to hijack information and hope you. Me a computer scientist, I understand data. Now the world is outside that.
As a man, maybe son, we man, bro.
No, may you want to say
that we man. And common focus Sufi let the Sufi speak to and common point I making. One say, well, accepting what is written. That obe explaining with or no na dwene. Media ya tro na me kan. So media ka me nko amoma yam forget Sufi because me wa another hadith is am person me kenkan de back me nsam America. Ni wie. Wodi wanyina adia na yede aba beto a wodi na na mu baby wo si wodi ni nyina beto a betira se. Ye benchire mu na wodi be. Enchire mu be na de. Allah say point obi obe guide ne de na ma no. Won so si ni pa ne aboni emfiri no. Ye se wo pese ye nyede. Oh, masa. Jai munya matoro na de modern platforms ahodo so kano embo amu. Mon kana
but at the time, we are no more dodgy questions. You be some question, no more dodgy. Who Sophia, who that's will be a Kumba. Yeah, Ghana, why you way now? I only try and with the woman city now. Who Sophia will be a Kumba. Now, when you're quite Chinipana was a Massager and Panover.
I want to say,
some seconds, we make us a second, we don't come and go for more. Sangofa sufi so nyabutere sufi nyabutere Sangofa wo hu se
sufi ma black man kasa na mento am common so ya black man yeti
Sangofa wo hu se tambia omoka se wo nte Quran na se wo nte Quran na se a se wo to omo se ma mchire obi de ntia me se wo to omo se ne se wo hu se omo do omo koma ene kan buku na wo do wa adwen kan ade akoma ne adwen ye de hu ye de be bo abra so ati ase Sangofa because we say omo do ma koma wo de omo tibia omo de adi na wo no do wa adwen ye mfifi mu hwe ne de ye ne de anye wo kwati ase akwakọ se lawyer wo di asem se lawyer na ejeni no so di asem na adwen di asem a wo ye different than de na koma ye de eje asem so kwati ase wa hu se omo no do ma ka bia na sense omo ji omo nipa ne dinti omo di atum na wo no de wa adwen kan Sankofa we se wo de wa koma do wo bi ene se wo de wa adwen do wo bi Sankofa check hwe mo mbodra
difference won be
black mami ni wa black
ntune no difference
mani making comment Sufi mani making comment ni ento akọ se
omuka se won ti
okay
hwe Sankofa se omuka se won ti buku na se ya wo mama na nyo nwada hwe omuli mam na o kire o made kora sambe ko 2 verse di kora na o beka se selimam no ti kora na se mama na nye nwada Sankofa mehwe Sankofa ye hu omo nti sise me ha me nkora ngasa bi me di tronchira wo hwe ni English teacher kora o kire ni English kora be kire sa verse mo English o beka o English
o beka so on English
Sankofa mama nja ona was a to program so what you say etiyo opese me kasa opese o force me kasa
No, let me, you said something. Black, you said something that's very important. And let me explain the reason why we say you don't understand. Let me explain our position. Listen to me very well. Who my example with a lawyer? Very good. The reason why we say you don't understand is that we, in religion, throughout religion or Islam, you can't say Bibia, theology. The problem you say, you want to go and pick one verse in the Quran and read about a subject. Yes, I know you always make a mistake. Even in law, even in law, it doesn't work like that. What you do, if you know the concept of Satan, you have to take. You come in. Let's allow you to talk. If you want to talk about something like Satan, you don't just go and take one verse in the Quran and just make your point and make argument.
Sophie wa say according to Kasamu o pa kire se obi yera na nyankopon mo maboa ni pana mana yera chama ono Sankofa Kasamiti asiti won se Sankofa ba so na me join la first Sophie me ba wo say according to Quran chapter 10 verse 99 to 100 nyankopon se obi be kramuni a wo no nyankopon ne pe obi be kafiri ne o se me nyankopon me na mai ni pane sa na o ka kire Muhammad se Muhammad ade na wo force ni pane so mo nyankramofo abra me ni nyankopon me nya o nkramofo e me pa wiase mu ni pa nyina be da nkramofo so what you say One so Kosura to Bakara, Quran chapter 2, verse 6 to 7. Now, Kupons why they was his or Mason and Omakoma, who pretty or Mukrania de Obiti. And the Anon Yankupon, I am Brosam.
Adam Abdul Karim. Adam Abdul Karim.
Sufi.
Send the request. And I say, we don't want to pick you. Send the request. Never say, what request in the inbox. I mean, pick you, Zeziana. Messend me a messend you.
One was Sufi. Adia, Amopesa Motraya, Chirimun Sufi, and make sense. Sufi. Adia, Sufi, make sense about
Black.
Adia, Mopesa Motraya, Sufi, Chirimun Sufi, and make sense. And toss mobile.
Black. 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 Adam.
Merci from the
Adam.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, what say we don't want to pick you. Ya pick you. Again, I will tell you our person over time. Young person, I pick you.
Yeah, I mean, I question my company. I'm person with Busamo because
young topic and this one. Son, our question be a wobisa. Why?
Sir, a topic no question. I'm maybe Busa. So what I say? Mention me too.
Me too.
Question, you know, I can't say. So obey yeah. Boom. I say to see, no, uncle, with doctrine school. Na say ya the oko theater ubetimi akwakofa doctrine book aya the akinka itimi aya operation
Dabi
very good sa papa na Quran so tie Quran ya kire mo say by fa na mo pesa mo befa ya kire mo say every verse bia aya na esane no esane it came with purpose. So that say that purpose no ana say ukofa hadith na ya chirechiremu komjeni a chirechiremu die ti asa verse ne baaye ene Quran ankasa nso no ya verses bi a Quran ankasa verse bi so ma e kire sa you know sa aya na baaye e kire na se
Adam Pacho memusa one question.
Yeah, we saw.
Scholar ben na wo Ghana wo wugini die. Scholar ben na wo Ghana wo nimu no wugini die. A wo follow no men kan say wo follow no.
Oh, scholars in the bebre e Ghana bebre.
Bo ba ku dini kire me na me hunu nipa na me musa wasem bi o.
Scholars in omodoso. Ana evi kura na
bo ba ku pe o dia bo ba ku pe dini kire me dia wonni mu ni bia na bo ba ku pe dini kire me. Na me musa question.
Evi mo questions here mo ye na UTR dawa. Ene mo boss, ene mo boss. Meba ene mo boss.
Who do UTR dawa di?
Enti no dabio, enti ni nsem na wo chechire mu no.
Adam, question na me bisa o an, wa ya me scholar me gini di. Na me bisa question.
Yeah, me gini di because the chechire mu no nyina na utia ego wele logic.
Me da se. Me pa chire me Sunday school kro, anase nia UTR dawa ko ne nchen Bible and chere wo chere ne Bible tin betena se the Bible ye chere me ya hwan ya.
Yes, and na make sure no no wasua
listen to the question.
Yeah.
UTR dawa oko Sunday school ben school asori ben wo ko ye church ben na wo ko a wotim betena se chere Bible.
Osua no school okwa aba ko ti on another interview.
Thank you. Nature say any kwan say ya wo niam bi wo ha any kwan say wo koma obi kire wo ansa ne wo hunu but usua wo hunu okay enti ehu hia say me kwa akotena ya fra ne say makaranta ami ya kire me alif ba tau ansa na Quran no a ya translated ya ba brofo no me kenkan ya mate ase said you no UTR dawa wan kwatena any school bia ama yanchire Hebrew kasa ana yanchire your friends say Aramaic kasa nemum osua brofo ni twi no what Bible na say watumi abetena say chere no the same thing na ya translated Arabic ne dia ba brofo no yansu ye betimi esua ne ehunu but say wono ne tena say na wo teach about the Bible ne dia sa logic we no nko busa no so unko doctrine school to be a doctrine course and tracing kasa wo ko operation but ni prayer wo make sa claim no wo waje to wo kan bi no wo no so na kofa your friend say doctrine course hwe book ni mo dia operation e wo the platform so wo gi to mu say wo no operation na wo ya ne de toss mu because one year operation wo Muslims ho wo ye operation wo Christopher ho but yensu yesua the same thing ya kofa mu book no be ye operation dia Namu dwane said there be me and yam operation na ye no yan kotenase ama yan kwanko ye theory yan koye practicals ewo doctrine course. Sekan no fanu etwa bonkum etwa nifa. Okay, enti baby ebetwa bia no eye se malams the same thing. Malams hear the same thing. How many times the youth hear that one asofo akohia debate omo ka ten say Bible no wonni won konkon a wonte ase nanso so no okasa walking kind de wote ase
na ya fa ho krokro da kira ase.
Thank you. Sana yamfa Arabic. Yamfa Arabic na te Quran ase. The Quran your transliteration, your translation even your Arabic ne. Those who translated the Arabic for us, they understand the Quran very well, especially the Chi Quran. Eya mo ankasa most scholars no mo Ghana na. And am I a translation of the Quran?
Now,
and so Quran the lead mo church.
Mamen Kasabiana. Mamen Kasabi. But just more than 3 minutes. Mamen Kasa.
Adam.
Me say, we know what's
somewhere first now with they say you defend and someone first now with defend Islam. They say you defending
so over Quran verses now. The way now I will see busa question for Bibia Hono. Questions sometimes it doesn't make sense. Maybe
no question make sense. No Qur'an always feeling some be woman ye be some say make sense ade asem na beka. Wo de no kwa se feeling nyame. Wo de na se feeling nyame.
Omega nyabo tremame Omega nyabo tremame. Adam, the first thing ba ko mebusa make sense. Bisa me kire ka ba ko.
Dabi na me gina so na ne akwa bi ye. O ka kire akwa ne say on kire Allah no say ne wotie. On kire akwa ne try so explain no ho ayi bia. Also per se as a on chair say as Allah
say na wotie na e question make sense.
Who per se
make sense.
Then the way we see beside who per se akwane nkyere wo say Allah no as a member say Allah ni nie as Allah no lipa da say it onie.
Question am make make sense. Allah no ye den no e question make sense.
Na but meno dia me person me kyerɛ wo ne say mono dia mo beka Quran no ye scholars o ma kyerɛkyerɛ mu abas still na the why na dey say on
scholar ben scholar ben na o kan no asem
na but
scholar ben
scholars ne dey say bebre
scholar na mo was scholar
bebre omo mo nsem a mo keka anya mo na mo fi ase
na mo was scholar Ghana na mo was scholar me the youth here dawa the video or one kasa na mo was ngoji tu mo say Quran wa memorize this we hwem no akenkan na me de beba beto so am wo
nya botre
youth here dawa na wo do ho atom so say we scholar no Quran wa Arabic na when you translation and say no akira ase concept
me say wo de mamenka ma say na wo de me ye wo de tie me enti mo no de tiene say I said the omo be kan fa Quran ho bia no mo nya ma de say mo betie na mo be ya Ento asumu ameba dabi ento asumu nya botre
Adamu mami musa question we nkomo
nya botre o de nya botre tie me boss nya botre ma o de mami come insam me come insam wie na say obebusa me question na obebusa because time bia I say mu busa me say na ma fa me time bia me hwemo nya botre me che ode Tisi ano.
Adam, I'm correct answer. Who need time? You will get time when you inbox so na kasa o pesa o le me dialogue there. And na wo ba me ma o time am kasa na nya me ye program wa send request be busa question na. Ye di ano baba na o be pekam. Time be na wo.
there be the make trying to say oh tell me I'm about oh my men come in some now say move say now we be question now and to tell my better word you know the me dem up oh my men be say na me ko if you are no mono me the man who say mono as a Quran mo njindi ana the yin ti mo njindi no this year no we have to deal with mono as a mo person mo use logic ana logic na you use no this year no ye yankramofo no many the man who say I was a mono Quran ya can be bia wo mu a as a mono my ma de say mo njindi de mo njindi and this year we are come to deal with logic ana logic with logic na me be kire wo say ofa ayi na nkramosom na ko say you know obi abeka kire opa ko Muslim countries yo mo de Quran ana ye o mo constitution book o mo de ye adwuma ukọ hono ma ope the lowest rate in this one we you can say adwama bomu a nkramofo ayi na topi ukọ ayi you can say
wow, Jawa say mo.
Let me go say masa
I dey okay can I dey okay say it you just say you wanna.
Open the lowest rate.
Sangopa bisa Adam ne zawo wai. Adam ne bisa zawo wai. Adam ne bisa zawo wai.
Aha. Enti no book na be say mo njindi no. Adi na this fruit no Adam.
One pause wa mesi for mo pause na me fa hadisi bi to so na me kan ya te be kire o gina so
So na din kwala ko ye djuma mu amuti o bi
gina so
tie me anya hadisi tie me anya hadisi Moses ya na de
pause wo ne tie nkomo na ye de hadisi ni kan ngoma no wo be dwane se wo ba be dwane afiri hadisi ni kan ngoma ho na me yese be ba ha ma dwen na me be kasa me quote wo ngoma nim de akira ka kire wo say momo ngoma no etrechire nkwase asem che ngoma bia wo wiase both Quran and hadith etrechire nkwase asem che ngoma bia wo wiase hwade kan tie de ba be kan no ha no be hunu hwade where Sahih Muslim book 2658 a book of destiny
Dabio brasu until the make can asio the make che say ye
Adam wa mama nka ya wie na o miutu ho a me yi wasi fom mama nkai dia menkai ni wie me yi wasi fom mama nkai dia menkai ni wie me kai o ba ya na wukọ Islamic country wa mo de Islamic law na ye aduma the rate of adwamamo e wo fom
na me che say Bible no kwapaka I see their fruit you shall know them. Their fruit you shall know them. Bible say Islam no fruit to be na abe fruit to be abe fruit to papa and I may fruit to papa. That is the logic we have to discuss with you people because you people upa yango fa awiase mu buku nyina mbra
me use for man how man
who you must form say me come there
enti ma men kai we ni wie why yan hade according to Sahih Muslim okay the second authentic book of Islam was say Abu Hurairah reported Allah's messenger are saying Allah fixed the very portion of adultery which man will indulge in. Allah, I repeat, Allah fixed a very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in. Okay, there will be no escape from it. The adultery of the eye is the lustful looking, and the adultery of the ears is listening of voluptuous, okay, songs and or talks. And the adultery of the tongue is licentious speech, and the adultery of the hand is the lustful grip embrace, and the adultery of the feet is to walk to the place where he intends to commit adultery, and the heart yearns and desire which he may not or put to effect. Okay, so this is a book. This is a hadith from your own own prophet, the holy prophet says, every man on the surface of this earth, Allah has portioned for him an idolatry which he can never escape. You can say idolatry, idolatry. And those idolatry, and was here what the idea sutie. Ya what the idea new, and that ye feelings in way more. Ya 90 betu and a more diaqua. Ya triamuta ya baye. The alarm pesa waba one yet, your pesa will obey because you can never escape from it.
Yeah.
So idolatry no krano. Idea Allah a decree diama ye mema. Enti adwamamọ na hene for na ebo nya mema. Say Allah a decree adwamamọ diama mema. Adenti na obeka say woko Islamic countries the decree of adwamamọ the rate of adwamamọ woko Saudi Arabia wo mu di wo mu tunu che nipa bia wa asase Saudi Arabia. Che nipa bia wa asase.
I don't know there, maybe there. I don't know. Obi and wo betimi the evidence ya ba ka say. Sana muka, but I didn't answer. Share incredible my
Adam, what Adam, Mammy, question. Maybe some question. Simple question.
Ghana former, videos already by my man for so you on the
Were you Muslim?
Adam
tear me. Me platform we say so. Lady Biba, how were you Muslim? Muslim was so Saudi Arabia assassin. Or by cancer, some way say New has said, one more Ghana and some of what for Saudi for one could do a young woman and young woman do a woman. Walk off to be more. Will be Baba, you Abronoma. And the net to veranda as a catch and some one people would young copem Sadia betcha. Was he what in the near who Bema? What did not come one funny young Bema soon continue to Saudi Arabia assassin. Bema, yeah. Mammy can't say it's a phenomenon. What northern part of Nigeria? Northern part of Nigeria. And yes, Sharia and Wamadi Juma. Bonnie Ben, Africa, the whole Africa. He found a bonnet cost to change the northern part of Nigeria. Sharia and Wamadi Juma.
One I catch it up. Nigeria,
maybe say, oh, you should
person done our topic, you know.
Topic. Maybe none of the topic. Men my who is said,
Adawa on call and so the next church Bible more platform. Me and Casawi to make a coat to honor. I know be an Carol. I don't know you Bible school and
I don't know that what
time or coat to honor.
Bible said
they say you Tiada Kotum Kwasia coat. What is on Jada?
The fruit
Bible now will go to the Bible school.
Yes, and the nature will say
what Bible school.
I dare you turn on bro for Bible school.
Me say, Busa was say fruit.
Adam, what Bible school.
That we call Bible school.
And you go to Bible there. Argentina won't call doctrine course. You can and now say, okay, doctrine book now for your operation.
And the nature will say, Bible is say,
Bible, Bible school.
Maybe dear me quote me say me person me no more aya logic bi wa ha ope kura kronobo ewo forma eyenkremofo man ope kura adamabo ewo forma eyenkremofo man sa na wo kan de aka sa tumu ya wo kan wotimi koye wo eyenkremofo man so aya de da ho
na yo kan o jai na kremoni kwa onya ready so obedi ni twa o me yedi ni tunu romo ha bebe me wo ha kremofo na o video mo ma ni tunu o mo ma ni tunu
open crofo mo ya doye pa eyenkremofo
anya doya sam ye ka Adam you any bra am hwe wani you see Obabe wasting time wa
mobile topic ayedi ho nkomo mo ma yen ko topic ne so na munya na e na wo kwa Islam na dia ben dia me say Islam somu ankasa no papaye muni ma dia e frɛ papaye ade a friend papa mu ni ma de friend papa min change topic ne yen kwa ye topic ne so ye bisa bio edie be nti na Satan onya mo ally na ye chichire two of years when doing fasting according to Allah, according to this hadith I kai Allah se obi kobo adwaman a ye be kase ye bonsam na ama na kwa kobo adwaman obi bo adwaman ye be kase ye bonsam nanso Allah a decree wey the book of destiny the book of destiny meba em say me capture ba ko ha e kan me say we ya ba me ha de we side at Buhari we side at Buhari book the book of decree yeah side at Buhari so kind according to Ibn Abbas was say I did not see anything so remembering Manos as what Abu Huraira said from the prophet who said Allah has a right for the son of Adam, neither inevitable share of adultery, whether he is aware of it or not. You see, either say we are aware of it, and I say when you're aware of it, you know. Once Allah a decree amount, and what the young ones on your hand was say the adultery of the eye is the looking at something which is sinful to look at, and the adultery of the tongue is to utter what is unlawful to utter, and the inner self which the inner self wishes and longs for adultery, and the private part turn that into reality or refrain from it, submitting to the temptation. Okay, so Allah estimate to extend say what to me man akonobi unya akonobi it does how got the beberem. Now the akodisa or the akobo say biamano, and answer okoti bedro. Now the akyo who free say biamano. Ayala na shishe. Nancy so Sufi Bahabe catcher and say, Wamon cremo for dear, Wamoya Bonia, Aya Bonia, Omoan Kasan na ye. It was neither caused by Allah, nor neither caused by Satan, because Satan is not their ally. Their ally is Allah. So Allah am woman ye bonnet. Enti boni bi omobayano, Aya woman in herself, and a woman ye. Now, so according to this hadith, Allah to me you can never escape from it. Why do you always want to lie? Just to defend all this with all due respect, nonsense in Church. You always want to come and defend.
Sankofa, I still have to help you. But let me clarify something now. Mr. Brother, no, Adam, no, whatever he said. It is true that people cannot just pick a book in chemistry and teach chemists to be chemists. It doesn't work like that. But they can say, we never say you don't have the right to go and pick a Quran and read it, but we say read it very properly. Example, what we always tell people is that if you want to talk about decree and destiny, it's a whole subject on its own. So try to understand what we understand the concept of decree. Because a decree and saying, how do we change decree? It is a whole big subject. So picking only one hadith somewhere and read about decree, you end up confusing yourself and confusing ignorant people. So what we are saying, no, I never said you have to take the whole concept of decree. The book of decree. Which means the decree itself is a subject that we need to understand how it all works, how we understand it, how we explain it. What is here? And if you take a book like the book of decree and you want to check only one statement from it, then you don't understand decree. Decree is not something about
Itiadawa do the same thing. He takes a whole chapter and quote one verse, and based on that to say what it pleases him. So what do you want to tell us?
He
does the same thing. Go to his platform and tell him to stop doing that.
Most scholars say Quran. One more kind the whole book and answer one more quote one verse.
Only Abraham Moshe or Bata one verse. Maybe a surah to 13 or to one verse. But no, you are telling us to go and read the whole chapter. Come on. Please, we are not kids here. We also read, we also recite, and we go to different platforms and listen to what your nonsense people are saying there.
I never said you should read the whole chapter.
That's what you said. You said we should read the entire whatever you said.
Listen to me very well.
Jai. Mo kramofo, he saa time na mo dey sa de na twa mo.
Me say first na mo defend Islam no we say no aya akeke o. Say
mo enra na me ya research nkiti bi. Mami kan kire no. Me ko hu ba bi o say Muhammad is the first Muslim. Misako hu ba bi Moses is the first Muslim. Misako hu ba bi o say another Abraham is the first Muslim. So which is which?
Which
is which?
One tier says in Ummah because Ummah every community have their leader. So we are not under Abraham. Abraham is not under Moses.
So why did you write it in the Quran then?
Within
why did you write that in the Quran?
Because it's talking about Abraham.
Why should Quran talk about Abraham?
Because he is part of the story of
the foundations of what Abraham instituted is not what you are following. So why do you talk about Abraham?
We take lessons.
Abraham descendant is Christ, and we have to follow Christ to God. But you said no. So why? You see, Quran doesn't make sense.
Somebody like you who has told that human beings on earth, Obi say some comfort to guide him is very difficult because he just don't want to know what he is doing. He doesn't understand that even the way we eat is
according to you, he doesn't understand. I'm asking you, always pinpointing you to Yadawa. Have you ever consulted Yadawa, told Yadawa that stop reading the Bible? Have you ever told him that? Whatever he says on his platform about the Bible, you accept it.
I follow Yadawa. What I've noticed about him is,
and I'm saying, have you ever questioned him? Say, Bible school that I quote to back no quote to no. What does it mean? Then as I saw quote nearby, I saw test nearby. Momo there must be binting nearby, and Bible it just came wrong. On the to me kind of what you do.
Don't put words in our mouth. The can say, who call you to our examples here? On what he does is he take a subject and he deal with it. But the problem with Sankofa is
Sankofa doesn't take a subject.
He take a verse from the Quran, then he come and play with it.
That's what the same thing the YouTuber is doing. I know some of his people are under there listening. I also go there, hide in windows and listen to him. It's just that I don't go to his platform. I always go there, hide and listen to him.
And then come on, do I have a topic today or I don't have a topic? Maybe what topic and then I make you topic.
You don't have a topic. You just write something and just bring it and go and explain to according to your understanding.
Me topic in you. Me topic in you. Why? Me baby am me topic too much. Any ye go to aya no Quran na ya nkoti.
Now quote by my experience.
Allah has made the devil allies to the disbelievers. It is funny the Quran and in him.
My experience natural say you left you omitted the first part.
Why explain it there,
why explain it there? I have done all the explanation to you. Maybe you don't want to listen.
Enti benti na obe kan tell me say me ba me fa topic na me ba na ba go to Quran aya.
Subject, not subject, because subject a whole concept.
And a topic is way.
Yeah, idea you.
Maybe let me challenge him here. What tell me what the meaning of subject is?
Subject, the whole concept, the whole idea. Like my friend said, I'm
good. And here he's talking about Allah deceiving people. That's what is put there. That's the subject of it.
No. He want to talk about.
That's a topic. What is the difference between a topic and a subject? Okay. What is the difference between a topic and a subject? Differentiating.
Good. Remember with example. I'm going to teach people about the decree of God. Decree is a subject. It takes a lot of things to understand the decree and destiny. So within the subject, there are a lot of topics. In the whole book is a subject on chemistry. But within that one would be our own subject, say, explain anyway, then it builds on it builds until you understand the whole subject. And subject we are mathematics. Within mathematics, there were algebra, there were trigonometry, that's how it works. So the problem that you have with religion.
TM. your friends say topic here me dia beto so ne subject ne de.
Decree and destiny.
Okay, decree and destiny. Asem no ya kenka ye no. Do we read according to the Quran? Ya can decree and destiny woman.
The problem you have is that you don't understand the Islamic concept of decree and destiny in the first place.
I don't think that you don't understand
What's the
Islamic
concept? What's the concept? Teach us
You
the
don't
concept.
understand the Islamic concept. So Islamic has its own concept of Satan, its own concept of God, its own concept of prophet. And a moment be catching Jew for near Christopher said, "Wamu God, and wamu Satan, and wamu prophet in Inano." At the same Muhammad. Because a Christopher concept of God is different from what dear. Our concept of Satan is different from what dear. Our concept of prophet is different from what dear. And so Muhammad the Bayan, the God is one, the prophets are one, and that Satan. So why do you always refer us to the concept of Islam?
I don't know any change concept to say because
Almost concept to crab about your friend is on the same as your Momo concept on Christ. Let us speak. The concept of Jesus in Quran is different from concept of Jesus in the Bible. Momo concept, I started from say Mary in Quran or who would be biase. And from maybe the boy, I will and on you saying, according to Mo 19, after Momo Sura 19, or who would be biase. Sa aquanon so or ma or the and the tea of home from a gumuna or anoma tuko a die a woman or Kasai and or sign can send me brain. Timo, a dear Munimu Fasa, so no one friend Musa and Crano. After any mammy and Maria, yes, yeah, any Mary. A Momo Maria no Panini and Moses. Yeah, the Anno Yana Mammy or no. Into the Momo into concept of Mumu Jesus and quite different from Titia Casa and some Jesus are. And to say a hammer. But a hammer pass here, some Jesus, some Jesus now more a different. Most of us have a cremoni, about the warrior, yet there is all the warrior. And difference will be a concept, and that's what I understand the word concept. The concept of Musa in Quran is different from concept in the Bible.
Let me help you.
Help me. Don't help me, help yourself. The American Quran when
Sankofa untina mi fa anapo why de anya mi de kra on say yankan wa adwuma no nkwa untumi nye boafo ma o nti bibi sina se pese ba so na se pese be submission se umma yam metwi na ankasa na enko wemi anapo ma sani sa guy no a oba ya onu ni na nka pese me bisa na asem mi ofiu ma sani
me pacho bigi onu na wo se dia me ne sha ase no
okay na dia mi pese me bisa ni se onti ombue na adwen because dia mi bisa no wambue na adwen a ontumi ntimase because religious no madwen no the solid tape newspaper glon na adwen ye dia kata nti omambue o madwen maybe some say
manenkasa obetumi aka manenkasa
maybe some say nyame odie ba ewi ase say obe share ya obe share ase ana
see but obetumi dia kobrofo amananka yepa
hello utie mi si nyame odie ba ewi ase say obe share ase
English.
Messi nyame odie ba ewe asese obeso ya ahwe ana.
No.
Mami answer me pe answer ne.
Sophie, anya mu na wo se wiase ye we no ye nso he nkra mo so nkyerete. Won ka se wiase ye wo no ye nso he na na ye. E die benti na wo be ka se da bi.
Osi da bi ana. Sankofre osi da bi ana. Osi da bi. Onko suratul bakara no onko suya de honum. So osi da bi dia. Onko suratul bakara no onko adien. Onko suya de honum. Won say kremofo no won ye nyina ye kremofo but at least I wake up na ese nipa undwi dear obidia mouth dear esa we dear odwin even dear o papa ne woman me kwa ma okwa no esa odwin ansa na wafa na obi a we visitor we stranger na wabema wade a na o dear wo papa dear wo mama dear dear to no na o dear wafa nipa ne dear te say dear me pesa o ti ase ne say nyame Quran ne Bible no nyina no tie mi ye sa wonnim a ende esa okosua nyame o dear be ewi ase say obehwe ya hwe. That be the reason why God brought us for this earth. All the share asset. No. Share asset. What's it then? Now, Sankocha meba, Sanko for Miss Ropa, on. Who the religious no platform we are? She said the Omako Saudi, Sankocha Jimmy. She said the Omako Saudi, Omako degree on degree no. Upon and yet the way mood to say when Kolanko men for women babble. She should shake and Ankasa no form of
Sufi me pa cha me bo. O pesa wo kasi suja. Pen say Quran enim say Allah dia ba asasi so obeso ya hwe.
That's the reason why he created us.
Sankocho sound the make a show.
The question again. Me pa cha tie question yi. Any para na asem obusa wo no. Big asem obusa wo no. Wo say it is not in the Quran. Me say me pesa wo kasi suja ma yati ase say it is never in the Quran say Allah dia ba asasi so obeso ya hwe.
No, it is part of our journey. The test is part of our journey. Language is very difficult. When you don't understand the language, you keep on making mistakes. The test is part of our journey. But the reason why we are on this earth, Quranic has made it very clear. It is clearly speaking in the Quran. The reason why God created us.
Okay.
My mouth too. Again, before God made the creation,
the Quran, I will say according to the Quran, that is not why we are here. According to the Quran, why are we here?
I will explain to you. You get this from two distinct chapters of the Quran. But the next question in the answer will be God. Why you have to go to hell? Some of us. Now I'm telling it to you.
Oh, dear, we watch you, Mum, we watch you, Mum, who you what we are some.
Money answer question.
Yeah. Now, who going from the Quran? Who one can say, one can say, who can one bonifa come out except to worship him. And according to the Abbas understanding, you say,
now over to me, I worship that.
He did that.
No, I don't know. Crown or money, I mean, I'll bet to my over. Concerning need Jimmy Amoya. No, I share my main Africa, baby, I do this is Africa. No, my Marcos, we have Africa,
Big Avatar.
I don't know. That's what he say.
Biggie, and come on, I hear the question. Now, answer question. Why? Question that's about
him says sound control on the same colony, on the same colony, on the same colano.
Big year, Ahana Yadi Mobano, Ahana Yadi Mobano. Yama poor woman ignorant to our home. And to do baby, I am Munya Botre. Woman come on a woman, you were all watch to our woman so tea. Oh no, and to said you are only canon. A young son, you will watch the befa. Say a ignorant, and you watch the who's a ignorant. Sana,
you are canon in 100%, but you are canon Nansa Bia Nim, Nansa Nim, Nansa and Nim. Funny say, Nim, Nansa Bia Nim. Nim, Nansa Bia.
What your money answer question?
Sanyansa Oma, on mommy answer. Question I may be son, Sanyansa Oma, on mommy answer. Nyame die ba we ase say obehwe ya atwa na simple.
Biggie, include your we are. Money answer question we are. Yeah, back to them. Yeah, but why? To us.
Very good.
2 feet to us.
Very good. We know one thing about theology is that one thing about people who are very ignorant is that they see people like, I am 100% Pan-Africanist. Not 100% Pan-Africanist. You be a
the background in here, the background. Motors be tremors, you know.
Is it okay? Maybe background will happen. Ultimately, will be background.
And them so be horn and the Denny Freebow.
To us.
Yeah, means to me 100% Pan-Africanist, 100%, not 99. If you know the Pan-African that I am, then you don't even talk to me about Africa and the things that were going on in Africa.
Yes, Africa.
You have to tell me to talk about Africa.
Oh, we Africa. Wako Arab. Asama we Africa. Nina wako obi
Big one penny masufi as that question no na obela Pan-African is wabra we dey wabra
Master, what you ban into us? Pan-Africanists and what defend the Arabians.
I want the birth certificate to swallow. So be answer we because we Pan-African. We say ni din I want the birth certificate and the ID card or the name so there. No more din in China. Say it sounds in one of the languages in Africa, and I say the name rolls out in African culture, and it rolls out in a foreign culture. Simple. But so you can claim to be whatever. Any day that's your own claim. I'm not arguing. I'm saying say to prove you the trust.
Answer. Say according to Islam, Yambota Ebentina La Diabas.
Okay, but remove some ignorance. The country will be a Pan-Africanist. The children say, we don't have time. Please, this is very important also.
Yeah, Rem. And
a child say, will be a open African economic emancipation. So we don't free of our economy. Self-reliance on our economy and our security. To be self-reliance on food and agriculture, our security, our economy. It has nothing to do with your name. Africa, with my Pan-Africans. Come and call me about Pan-Africans until we put your ignorance aside. Let me go back to
Mate, on say I am diverted.
I've been a secretary of Pan-African in Europe for many years.
What you just gave is just a mere book definition. What to us?
Even that credit is more to ask you. That's all the uncle they even so.
To us because to say will be ignorant about Pan-African is not what my book definition is that what other to us say be I divert. Why? Now unim say even unim say sad now kaka no nyina no. Other to us. Say we are answer the question, brother. Say be ya and divert because about divert question.
Mama chance am wakasa question ba kupra yebusa okoso obi kasa na oko attack just to and so dey ben question na yebisa no so men ko attack obi question na ne nkoma wodi asembe kure.
Okay. Question now obisa and say, did God bring us on this earth to try us? And then question said,
yes, enyano what I bent in ala de ba asase.
Okay, very good. Quran say Nyankopon ambom amasa so except to worship him.
The reason why what answer question just to worship Allah and don't think about asase so na and then to aso bi wo.
Yeah, a lot. The reason why we were created is to worship, and according to Ibn Abbas, or see that word to worship God, you know, it doesn't mean literal sense. It means to know God.
Okay, so the whole of mankind.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
And knowing God, no. Yeah, Muslims.
What to me answer? My interest.
Knowing God, just a question. Bisa, what my answer? We still. Who person answer my question?
Who asked you to explain the meaning?
Yeah, put our question. What my answer? Yeah, the that way. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Then you don't want to understand.
No, but sir, when I say, what do you mean you don't want to understand?
Question and they say, a dear Bentina Allah boy abasas. So what say just to worship him? Just to worship him, no. And a dear baby, what I was
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
Because
worship him no so interpretation. Worship Allah no. You say interpretation or worship Allah no.
So trophobia, just okasabebre answer.
Sophie, let me tell you something. Listen, so we will be doing commodity. Sophie, listen, coffee. In discussions, right?
When you Islam, me person me prove Islam.
Sophie, the thing is this: in discussion, right? Me no within common, and I no be in common. Explanation is needed when the one you are talking to doesn't understand what you said. For example, we say Allah did not create us but to worship him. Now me can say Astiani saying and I mean tiasia and I kakra. Then you have to do that. Now san nipan say okay, Matthias here. You move on. Why don't you save the energy? Just answer me the reason why chinchila umpe sankofa make the meaning of worship. I say. Why I just want to worship and I say? Why the dawa? If we understand
the come by force,
Mr. Pan-Africanist, yes, sir.
Yeah,
okay, me pacho. The whole of mankind. And Allah created you say, yeah, me worship. And I say, there was some people who want created, young creators here me worship.
Everyone.
Everyone. Who are Quran?
Yeah.
The Quran Surah 7, ayat number 179.
I'm listening to you.
Me pacho. Oh, okay. My main fire ya metuso. Oh, I did men sa me ya me. Asa ya me send no ade ni bi mu a.
Mira, me so jana ko e.
Tedie.
Sufi so be baba.
Tedie me yi we yi me no. Se me dwene ho amenti asa me ba.
We just want you to be guided. That is all. Sufi who walk Quran or na kenkai aya na mai de jai dia u ye ye wono.
Sako mama fa verse ni bra bi na me betimi a check Google.
Surah 7 179. Wakuta Quran no kenkai Quran. I didn't know person obekai.
7
Wakuta Quran I didn't know person obekai.
7 179 maybe.
O se Sako ba metima aka ha ma bie wo yi. ChatGPT ya adwuma.
Me pa cha kai ma me na me.
O se Quran 7 chapter 7 verse Quran chapter 7 verse 179.
Yeah.
Okay, where is Suhi International Translation. Of course, when one can see a translation on Mongentum because they are one on the Google. Or say, and we have certainly created for hell many of the jinn and mankind.
Me that's it. Me pacha ujina so mami. Sufi. Sufi.
Hello?
Sufi.
Hello, I'm listening to you.
Okay. Me pacha tuaso. Bra, tuaso mami.
Okay.
Let me person
All right.
who say what.
All right. What you can start TVM Quran chapter 7 verse 179. Verse no your translation in free Suhi International Translation, and it reads, and we have created for hell many of the jinn and mankind. They have hearts with which they do not understand. They have eyes with which they do not see. They have ears with which they do not hear. Those are like cattle. Rather, they are more astray. It is they who are the heedless. Full stop and into bracket and into parenthesis and
Sufi.
Yes.
This group of people were they created to worship Allah?
The last verse, no, I explaining the verse natural. The last verse, no, I explained the people, they are the heedless. Until you take you only, you get it for man and jinn, then you make a mistake. No, read everything.
The question here is,
those people who were created for that hell. He told you who are those people who they were created for hell. And you don't take the time to understand the whole thing that you are reading.
Sufi, mempere wo de na o ye. Who will say Allah created the whole of mankind to worship them, to worship him Allah, right? And we quoted ayah from Quran, Surah 7, ayah number 179, which says we have some many people and mankind who were created for hellfire. Those people who were created for hellfire, were they created to worship Allah?
Those people, you have to understand why they are like that. Why they are in that situation. And the same
were they created like that, or they were not created like that? Were they created like that, or they were not created like that?
Problem here. You just take the whole thing, then you chop some part, then you understand. It doesn't work like that. For the whole chapter, the end of the chapter, I've told you those people who were created in that position.
Sufi, your friends, mastermind.
Yes,
mastermind.
Brother.
Nepacha, what is your thought about this ayah?
Definitely. They were created for hellfire. From the beginning, Allah made his mind that he's not gonna create a fire and the fire will be empty at the end of the day. As a fire, Jana boy and Fasubi Amasunti, and they say, and to sacrifice the man is like crying who say, your collaborative verses, so your verses via Sabua verse will say, I'm a boy, say Allah Nakasa microphone kuma yedin, say be adobeka be our masonte, and no so. Yeah, you know, your verse be a Sabua we scratches from the beginning, about hellfire saying because, for example, even you have two verses in there, forget about verse, forget about hadith, forget about any scholarship knowledge. Ni any su common sense. Sankofa say usifie. Now your guest room of your why didn't say that you be a guest? Ubenya ho. Did the way you guest room, right? And Allah in your creation in an ubo just said the because you say wabo nipa bi e den a ombeko jenum. What I say? Okay, at the end of the day, what the album say, for example, Sufi said, Allah created us to worship him at Matthias here. And as Sanko Fanny Mene, big the idea I had to see and worship. I don't until deny it. And I won't die Ryan baby.
Not just a mastermind. Say Allah created me some worship on. And I mean, some worship on. Let us say, me more powerful than Allah. Because Allah didn't hear me, mono. Me to me. How overcome the Allah did you muno?
Yes.
The Allah powerful than Allah.
Yes. And as usu choose some worship no can say worship me dia meshe now I say worshiping me is not by force, but it's as we pair. A double standard because if be coercion, just say Sakuma men can just say me ma waduane ndi. But I'm just one consume dia me ma waduane ndi. And to say my waduane am so because one consume nti na me ma. And to say ensuo na okọ na nya opeo. Aduane a ubenya dinti. Saka wa opẹ dia ka wonya waju so be consume no. What is it? And a double standard so me the old palmer. But why? Yes.
Master, one the reason why you can't say worship no. Let me person make some more. What the reason?
No dear. The thing is worship no. Me say me worship Allah. Sacrifice worship Allah. And
You all do.
Oh, we all worship Allah.
Yeah.
And I still our best share no. And they send the sacrifice of that year when you dance for.
Mamin chiro. Enti am
time no umrem kakra. Man time. Yes, I need
enti am the whole concept no.
No, I feel the who's here to worship us into the call.
Very good. The problem is that the worship that you see in the Quran, the companions who stay with the Prophet, they told us that it means to know God. And in the Islamic concept of knowing God, in other words, worshiping God, it has 4 categories. Tawhid, the oneness and knowing God, it has 4 categories. The knowing of God through provision, that you come to the earth, the earth bring out plants for you to eat. We all get nourishment. The Lord. So anyone who lives on the earth of God, who has nourishment, is worshiping God, even through the food that you eat. That's what the Muslims believe. And we have also the Tawhid we call the names of God. That's through which everything manifests. Like the name of God, when you see mercy, you have to understand God. When you see kingdom, you have to understand God, or wealth and everything. And we have another worship of God, that is wisdom, people who are scientists, people who are very clever. And we have another worship of God, that is the highest, that is people who bow to God. So knowing God entails all these things that you see that people are doing. So everyone on the earth today, in one way or the other, you submit to God. Prophet said even the stones, they submit to the zikr of God, the remembrance of God. That's the Islamic concept of knowing God or worshiping God. But where the problem lies is that people who get guidance, like me, the Islam that I'm practicing. So because Islam said, truly from his heart, he is not pretending, but he don't believe the concept of Islamic God. Because I'm saying it's difficult for me to understand, because the Islam that I know, you have to understand the concept very well and reject it. That because the word kafir does not mean someone who is not a Muslim. The word kafir, it means somebody who is hiding the truth. The word comes from the Arabic word, the farmers who plant seed on the ground. So the word kafir, the real meaning means somebody who is hiding the truth. So if you are genuinely not hiding the truth, even to call you a kafir is wrong in Islam. The people who understand Islam very, very well. I don't mean the basic ones. No, the people who really understand the inner dimension of Islam. You cannot call somebody a kafir, somebody who is genuinely not believing in the theology. Because Nyankopon, if you want some people to see him just today, I believe he has that power. But so far as he is not doing that, he is allowing people to make choices. Just tell you that what he told the angels when he told them to bow to Adam, that he know what he is doing. Let's leave it that way. So the worshiping does not mean literally meaning we are going to the mosque. It means to know God. And knowing God, Islamic theology has 4 understanding. The provision that we get is from the Lord. And the names that God used in the Quran, the 99 names, through that we know God or we worship God. And if I can sit down with you and explain to you the 99 names of God, then I can assure you 100% that I will teach you God, I will let you know God, I will let you see God with your eyes. No data.
What is the Arabic word for worship?
Worship. Ibadat.
Ibadah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ibadah, no, The explanation now, dear Mayan.
Anthony Mikacha was say you are taking the problem you have is that in the Quran, Surah Imran, see Quran verses no. Now who can Quran say? Don't read them and take them literal. Some of them are literal, some of them are mutashabbiha. It means they don't mean what they read. So you have to sit down and understand deeper meaning of Arabic and theology to understand them.
So, if explanation how them are, that worship no, worship no, what them are now. What explain it to Fedano? What is Arabic word for that worship now? Why explain the Fedano?
And if you come to Islam, when we have words, we tell you the words are literal word and istilah. That means when you hear the meaning of the word in Islam, we take it the word the way it is. Like go, it means go.
Do you know how to answer a question? When you say this answer question, why don't you always go straight to the answer? The question now, the question here is that worship. No, one man whole further explanation. What is the Arabic word for that worship? No, what may a further explanation? This is a simple question.
And I may say, my answer and say, before I answer you, you want the meaning, just the normal word or the technical meaning. That's how in Islam, every word has its normal meaning and its technical meaning. So if you want the normal meaning, I can just tell you it means that to worship God, to bow, to do whatever we do. But the technical meaning is very broad.
Okay. And my technical meaning on your head.
The technical meaning in the worship, it means to know God. And knowing God means many dimensions. Four dimensions.
So worship don't have two meanings.
Yeah, in Islam, every word has two meanings. It has the normal meaning and the technical meaning.
Oh, okay.
We call it istilah. Istilah, the technical meaning.
So in Islam, every word has a two meaning.
No, not Islam. In the Quran and Islam is a theology. It's a religion. It is a science. Let me tell you one thing.
You said in Islam, every word has a two meaning.
Everything is like that.
Okay, Allah, what is the second meaning of Allah? What is the second meaning of Allah?
Creator.
Allah means God. That's the normal meaning. But
so the second meaning.
Technical meaning, the small letter G or the big letter G?
It depends on if you are writing English. That's why we don't want to use the word God. It confuses people. That's why we want to use the word Allah. But the technical is very deeper than the just naming of God, an object of worship. God
so what is the technical meaning of Allah?
It's very, very deep. Suppose I will sit down one day with you and explain to you
what is the technical meaning of Allah. Just give us one, and that's all.
One, His names.
Mathematical meaning.
The technical meanings. One, His names. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Qudus, Al-Salam. All these things are things that will make you know that God you are worshiping. And two, that people don't understand is Al-Hakim.
Muslims say, with all due respect, Muslims say, there be men to women commons on her best Sunday is so.
You don't answer the question.
Why question be
the man answer the question. And in no question I know answer no, but me person me true in say in knowing God no. Also there are so many. You are explaining the worship to me knowing, and in knowing the God no, it takes so many forms, right? So Allah brought us here in Psalm no, to know Him, Allah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it okay when I said Him to know Him, or I could have also said to know her, or how would I sound if I say to know her?
In Arabic, everything is a male or female.
Okay.
The language in Arabic. So it depends on how you mention the word.
Okay. So what would have been the correct pronoun for Arabic if I say to know? What would have been?
You mean the correct pronoun for Allah?
Yeah. Correct pronoun for Allah. Correct.
It's a male. It's a male word. That's
okay. So
the word is a male.
So then it can never be translated into any language with a female pronoun, right?
Then we will ask you, why did you do that?
No, I said it can be no, I'm not saying that. So I'm asking you, say, inti won't mean yes, sir, me boy.
Over to my yourself on condition that you explain it further for it to be very
Okay.
you don't have any ulterior motive. Why
Yeah,
not?
I love the way the
Like
conversation
I
is
want to
going.
make God a female. Why do you want to make God a female?
And so it's allowed, sir. It's allowed, say, if you have a reasoner, you can make God a female.
If you are understanding why the reason why you want to use the word she.
Okay, so if you understand and you have a good reason, it's allowed to
Yeah,
make
definitely. Why
Allah
not?
a female
Me too.
sometimes, right?
Sometimes when I'm explaining Sufism to people, I use mostly the word she, and I have a
Okay.
good reason why I'm using that word.
So depending on the situation and the context and the example and the understanding,
context.
Allah could
Depending
be
on the
a
context.
male or a female, right?
He is not a male or a female. The word, the word in
Okay.
Arabic, words are classified as males or females. That never means
Okay.
they are males or females. A table is a female.
Okay. All right. But so when you say in Arabic, words, are you talking about every word?
Yeah. Every
In
word.
Arabic, every word. So what is the word for water, the insure in Arabic?
Water is a male, ma.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Arabic, every word is a male or female. They don't have
Okay.
it. Every word is
Okay.
male or female. Every word.
So water is what? Female in Arabic.
It's a male.
Oh, okay. So water can never be a female in Arabic.
If you are speaking Arabic, you cannot use female for water.
Oh, is there a reason? This is just a little detour. I'll come back.
That is the nature of the language.
The nature of the oh, okay. Wow.
Every word should be a male or female.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Suppose you speak Hausa, then you know Hausa people have the same pattern of language because Hausa is Afro-Asiatic language.
So okay. So what so this is just one final example, then I'll go back to my question. What would be the gender for like a car or aeroplane?
A car, Sayyaratun. A car is a female.
A car is
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And Takrita very male pay. Takrita. Wow, that's interesting though. Sakuveli, what's your Arabic?
The word will come.
And then you share it other. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it depends on the way you pronounce the word, then it will give
Okay.
it a male or a female.
Oh, okay. So every word in Arabic can never be a gender. It has to follow specific gender.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a language. Anyway, it's beautiful to hear though, to hear. So now back to my question. So we are here to know Allah, right? To worship. And you broke down worship to mean to know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Must I know Allah as a human being?
It depends on the situation he put you in. Let me give you an example.
No, hold on. He has to put me in a situation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like somebody.
Okay. Got you. So that means, got you. Hold on. I got you. I'm working with you. I'm very close.
The problem is,
No. Hold on. I don't want to talk to you about Islam from the point of view of Muslims. No. I'm going to talk to you about Islam from your point of view, because another Muslim will come here and disagree with everything you are saying. So let's talk to you about your understanding. So I said, must I know Allah? And you said, this is your response. It depends on the situation that Allah puts you in. So whether you should know Allah or not depends on the situation that Allah himself or herself, I don't know if that was just by the way, puts you in, right? Is that correct? Or you have an explanation to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
100%.
okay, so for me to know him, and then knowing here means worship. So now I'm gonna substitute the word worship into the place of knowing. So for me to worship Allah depends on the situation Allah put me in.
Yeah. And can I explain to you?
So okay, explain a little bit, because I'm gonna sink you a little deeper. So let's go. Explain
That's why I told you we classify Tawheed into 4. That is provision of food. Getting a food, everything is knowing God. That's our understanding. And understanding how the 99 names of God works is knowing God, is worshiping God. And also the people who are worshiping like the way God wants, the prophets want us to worship. And also the people who are using science We call it Tawhid al-Hakimiyya. To understand.
You keep on, you keep on mentioning Tawhid. Let Sufi speak. You keep on mentioning Tawhid. What is Tawhid?
Tawhid is the oneness of God. It's Arabic
Okay,
word.
so
This means the oneness.
what does oneness and knowing God, what does it get to do? We are talking about knowing God, and you are also talking about oneness of God.
You have to know
does
that
it collaborate?
God. You have to know that God. That one God. You have to know Him. That's the meaning. That's the correlation.
We are talking about how to know God, and you are also talking about the oneness of God. Me,
Yeah,
Bisa say,
knowing
does it
that.
collaborate? Ana mastermind. One or here by a question that me Bisa and sound logic, Anna.
Yeah.
Maybe and sound.
Matthias, yeah.
Mastermind, tell him the truth.
No. Knowing God, no. Also, there are so many ways to know Him, and then, but it all goes back to Sunday oneness, no.
Oneness. So you. What is the oneness of God? Give us the explanation of oneness of God before.
You see, that's why I took my time and I was explaining to you in Islam. Every
So
word
what is
has
oneness of God?
technical
Explain
meaning.
it. Explain it once again to me. What is oneness of God?
The oneness of God just means God is one.
The
That
idea
is the
that God
normal.
is one and only one. Nothing
what?
before, nothing after,
So
nothing blah
okay.
blah blah.
Okay. So why
the
then do
technical
you keep
meaning.
on saying say? Why don't do you keep on saying say in Tawhid we have four meaning blah 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 and fahim go see there.
That is the technical
So
meaning of the
me
teaching. That is the
eating on
technical.
the earth, me feeding myself on the earth, it means that it is part of the oneness of God.
Yeah. In Islamic technical tawhid, it means that. It means tawhid asma was sifat. The way things. It means tawhid rububiyyah,
Sacrifice
the
so.
Rab, the worship of God.
Maybe I
What the common
Sacrifice in going me with me and Sufi walking down a little bit on the road now. The answers, will create certain questions in your mind, right? But because of Ubisa and because of Ubisa, it would free the air for all the bench. To me, now the social. Hey, sorry. So podium.
Mame so me twa mumum eno na etie gu.
So podium na. Minister Sophie, so Sophie, let's go back to what we were saying. So, I mean, you just said yes, but because there was a diversion, I just want you to repeat it, then we move ahead. So Allah have to put you in a situation for you to worship Him, and you said you were going to explain, and you said there are four ways. So go ahead and explain the four. But
Concerning the situation. Concerning the situation, what I mean is this. Back, if you can hear me very well, I told you the word kafir, the word that you use kafir, Muslims use it loosely. Like you cannot just see somebody who is not a Muslim and say he's a kafir. In the technical meaning, no, it is wrong.
Yeah.
The word just means somebody who is not a Muslim is true, but the technical meaning of the word, to see somebody who is not a Muslim and say he's a kafir, it is wrong.
Okay.
Because the reason, if you go to the technical meaning of the word, it means somebody who is hiding the truth. Like example, somebody is 100% convinced that the Islamic religion is true. Then he's still fighting it. That means he's hiding the truth.
Okay.
That is the true understanding of kafir. But if somebody has a doubt that no, I don't believe this concept, that one he is not convinced. You cannot put him in the same category with somebody who is hiding the truth.
Okay.
You understand? That's why you have to understand the technical meaning of things. And also, when I said your condition example is that if somebody is living maybe in the jungle of Amazon or maybe Africa 1,500 years before the Muslim religion came or 1,000 years before Islam came, and he's not a Muslim or he don't worship God, even though he is worshiping God in some way, this kind of person in Islam, we call them the al-fitra, the people who God has given them just amnesty from his own will. He just leave them like that to reward them when they die. That's the Islamic concept. So somebody who has not been convinced with the religion. All our biggest scholars like Imam Ghazali said, somebody who is not 100% convinced with the religion and genuinely not convinced, you cannot blame him.
Oh, you what do you mean you cannot? So what happens to the people? Let them be.
No, yeah, definitely.
Okay, and do they have a punishment from Allah because they want to be?
I do believe most of our scholars are saying those people who are not 100% convinced that Islam is the truth, they don't have any blame because God can make them, and God can give them the ability to be convinced, but He did not. So that situation, we leave them with God. That God, they are genuine people who have not believed. They are genuine people who have not believed.
Sophie, I know you leave them to God because it's not in your power to say maybe punish them because you don't believe in Allah. But the question is, when you leave them to be now, are they gonna get punishment from Allah in your understanding of your religion? Huh?
When I say to leave them to be, I don't mean you shouldn't talk to them about Islam. It means
no, yeah. This is say, Sufi, listen. Oh, I know we are question I would tell you and answer. As I know we going in a circle. This is Sanko for you. What did Triano cry or Beniego? Because I saw the show not one. You are trying to explain to Sanko for was it that still Sanko for and I just want to ask you. There you leave him. Or no, na make us say in your understanding of religion or punishment from Allah because Sanko for say media I want to be.
Let me the pastor why you shoot Sankofa as an example. Sankofa your nipa. No. Sankofa your nipa. This is how I see him, and the reason why I keep on coming here. Normally, I don't normally do this, and I see him as somebody who is motivated by something that he is motivating him, but he doesn't understand the thing that he is doing. But the issue is that if you don't understand something very good, why do you have to go and keep on working on the thing? It's very dangerous. So,
Mr. Sankofa, Sophie,
yeah,
those of us who says let us be, we don't want to hear about Allah, or we have heard about Allah. You've talked to us, we've heard the preaching, we can read, we have access to the Quran and the Hadith and whatever, and some of the Tawheed. We said we want to be. Do we have punishment from Allah?
You want to be, or you're not convinced?
We I see and no worship no. We don't want to know him no. Whether we are convinced or we are not convinced or we just want to be. Those of us who don't want to.
No. You don't. The Islamic concept is say kafir no say obi a ono he is convinced.
I don't. Who even mentioned the word? My question. Didn't never use the word kafir in my question. So why are you explaining kafir to me?
Because it relates to.
You said God put us here. Sophie, you said God put us here to worship Him, and you've reduced the worship to mean knowing Him, and I'm saying those people. Okay, simple question. Would everybody worship God or know God before they leave the planet?
I don't think so, everybody, because I've seen people who
so those, I'm talking about those who would not know or worship Allah. Do they have punishment?
And I'm telling you, the question is ambiguous. Did they die not worshiping God genuinely that they don't have belief? Did not accept. Let me explain something to you. You let me give you the answer, very simple answer, then we move on. The concept is simple. If somebody has totally genuinely accepted that no, this message is true, he's convinced 100% this message is true, and still he is rebellious against it, then he is wrong. Then definitely he meet the wrath of God. But if you have explained to him, still it is not convinced. That's why I'm using the word convinced. He's not convinced.
Okay. So if he's not convinced, then Allah doesn't have the right to punish that person.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And what? So that's. Let me just put Sankofa on the spot. So what do you think Sankofa is not convinced or he's being stubborn?
No, I think Sankofa is intentionally doing things because
hellfire, Sankofa, hellfire, straight intentional Sankofa. Okay.
Some of the things he read the things, then he omit here. When you don't have his attention, then he forget the place, and he want to hold on to some place that he wants.
Let me ask you more questions about Sankofa. I want you to be honest, and I'm happy the discussion has went to that side. Do you think Sankofa is doing it intentional? Say minimum but or he's doing it because he's ignorant, he just doesn't know?
No, it's not. It's intentional because
it's intentional.
Yeah. Let me give you an example.
Sankofa, you are diabolical.
if you are explaining a sentence to somebody, and someone comes and tells you are omitting this part of the sentence, then he is drawing attention to go back and explain the reason why you are omitting that part. That this is genuine people. That's how good genuine people do. When I tell you why do you omit this part of the subject, then you have to go back to the part I'm telling you are omitting. Then you address that. That is why if you ask somebody a question and the fellow answer you, you have to be able to have a question within his answer. That is how genuine people do. But if you say, if I explain to you that no, this thing you are omitting this part of this, I say no, I'm not going there.
Okay.
I'm standing. Which means you are intentionally doing.
Sophie, so podium, thanks for working with me a little bit. MC Akasa, baby, I have a question from the economy. I want to ask you one last, and then either Sankofa or somebody else who has different question of his or her own, or from whatever we have discussed.
I have a question.
Can take
I
it.
have a question for
you. It's not even a question. It's a comment. So what I have understood is so when you pass a journey now don't sakoshim dia ebeshu meaning say anas when you akra so a wudun sasemu a ebeshu so when you ebeshu but the opposite chance say unim pass ala nie ni komsheni nie ni nyina what ni nyina say uni one single question. That is the meaning of convinced. Now you have come to the understanding and the realization say aha, this is it. Still, what's the unkonko remedy? Any Allah because masa unimi me unya adwene no. E ma oti ase convince one answer me punish you, Mate. But mu be say, mu be to say me ameka say, I'm not convinced. And to me dear, according to Sufis understanding, no, to say me na I mean you're convinced no. And as a sanko fansu ni wona kuma mu say on share that, but on your convinced hellfire and I Allah I sa Sufisi enka ho. And no one hear me, you know. I rest my case.
Sufi.
I'm so comment you them kind. Now I take you over. I think I'm done, but I'll be here. Sir, Sufi, go. You have something to say about what I said.
My mem explaining some about one thing in Chile.
About convincing.
No. Some few minutes about the Islamic.
Oh yeah, go. Let me my chance now. But I'm not dropping. I'll be here.
No, this one on. My mem explain something in Chile. After
say
Jay, I can't miss a pen. Are you not convinced? And now also I said that.
Oh dear, ya bebusa Sufi, me bebusa Sufi se me mashada. Enti mebusa the question the enti mashada until the manu ye wa asem no.
Also one more thing, say it quick and then I give the baton back to them.
Let me tell you something about a little bit about the world history.
What history?
History. History be asa na wo better.
So if you want history, they better.
History be dey o. Osa be da better afem no.
No. I just want him to put something on his mind.
Okay.
You see,
okay.
That is one. You know, if you are speaking with people like me, then you're hearing some things that are maybe new to you.
Go ahead.
Originally, the people I've been listening to, they were not like that. After the World War, something happened within the Muslim enclave, the Muslim religion. You know, the Muslims, they have a history of not destroying information. That is how the modern science was built. If you have read about science and everything.
No.
They have this idea of no matter how bad an information is, just leave it the way it is. They did not ban information. They took even the Greek and other things and they work on it. So the problem Muslims are having is that we have people who are literalists. We have people who are literalists in the Muslim religion. And when they came, they were also scholars, but the Muslims never believed in the way they explain the religion to the people. Until we just put them aside and the Muslims continue for the whole 1,400 years during the Ottoman Empire. But what the British people did was, after the World War, they took cover from the Muslim, the traditional Muslims who are having understanding of very well, and gave it to the people who have that kind of literalist understanding of Saudi Arabia, Al Saud family. So what the Al Saud family did was to sponsor so much people to go and learn the Islamic religion based on that literalist concept of religion, that harsh way. If you take, if you observe Ghana, for example, the problem who said the national Islam of Ghana, a lot of people come to him, but you hardly see the embassy of Saudi Arabia coming to him because they have totally two different nations. You ask yourself why the national chief imam was very calm. Then you meet some Muslims who are very aggressive. The reason is that
Mastermind.
Please give me one minute.
Answer what does it have to do with question?
I starting getting, but I want him to understand something.
Why, Sophie, I don't have the whole day. Sophie.
All I was saying is we are not convinced, and Allah is not going to punish us because we are not
I
convinced.
don't have the whole day.
So who DM never history no mama. You can give me the history in my DM because it's kind of like we need time for me to be convinced. And you know,
what do you think that Sankofa is convinced that he don't want to accept it? What do you think so?
Because just recently, what quoted to answer 179, the last chapter you quoted, and you were just reading the thing. Anyone who understands English will understand that the last verse of the chapter, the last statement in the verse, is referring to the beginning. So somebody who wants to understand, when I tell you that God has created hell and heaven for men and jinn. The end of the chapter, he explained to you people who have blocked their ears, and they are the heedless ones. So it means God is telling you, I created the heaven and earth for heedless people. Anyone who understands English, that's how he will understand it.
So
anyone
who made them blind? Who made them blind?
English, a comprehending English, not understanding, comprehension of English. Obeon said the chapter, the heedlessness is going back to those people who they say they are going to hell. So in this way, you can say God created heaven and hell for the people who are heedlessness.
Okay, so the question here is
the last one. Then you are intentionally
Sophie. The question here is the statement. The beginning of the statement says, Allah created many of jinns and mankind.
Yeah.
He did not say he created hellfire for heedless, but rather he created many of jinn and mankind for hellfire. So he purposely created those people for hellfire. So whatever is leading them to that hellfire, it is the cause of Allah. What are you trying to tell me? So do you want to tell me, sir, you're far away from said yes and confessity as
understanding English is from comprehension. You understand English, but comprehension is difficult for you. Let me explain something to you. The end of the chapter has made it clearly those people who God was referring. Like there is a verse in the Quran that says
let me ask you one question. According to Ayah, did you see any statement in the Ayah that says Allah created hellfire?
No, it created for hell.
Okay, so what did Allah created according to 179?
Men and jinn.
Okay, so he created those men and jinn for hellfire. So were they created from the beginning for the hellfire, or they were not created as so?
End of the chapter, he told you the reason why.
Huh?
Let me give you one example. There is a verse in the Quran. He said it begins with Allah has cursed people.
No. I want to understand 179 before you brought any ayah in. Let me understand Surah 7, 179. Yeah. Were they created so, or they were not created so?
No, they were not created so. If you comprehend English,
so Allah created many of jinns and mankind for hellfire. What does it mean?
It means, if you read the whole verse, it means heedless people and jinn. Anyone who comprehends this, except people, anyone who understands what I'm saying. Because you comprehend understanding. There is a verse in the Quran. What people who pray. So you cannot
Mastermind, if I told it now for one man, why? Because we need to emit. Mastermind. Okay, but that's it. To us, way.
Yeah, there is a verse in the Quran. There are many of such examples. God said, I curse people who pray. So you cannot just stand there and say, hey, you see, God has cursed people who pray. No, then you continue to tell you those people who he is referring to. That's how we comprehend things.
So we have another verses in the Quran. Okay, according to Quran Surah 10, 99 to 100 now, black man babe ko tu okay, was say ya were all more where you almost they cannot believe because Allah has made them so. It will catch Muhammad. The Quran said Muhammad should not force himself to convince those people because it is Allah who had made them so. So why do you want to tell us those people now are heedless, they are heedless because they choose to be heedless. Meanwhile, that ayah says it is Allah who has made them so. So meaning said they were created from the beginning to be heedless by Allah so that he may put them to hellfire. Why that?
So suppose I'm happy the way you are going. Suppose you pay attention to all these verses that you are keep on quoting here and there. Then you realize, understand the reason why Allah made them so. In the same Quran, you understand the reason why he made them so. You understand the reason why they are hidden. You understand the reason why they are
why did he make them so?
Yeah, because of their heedlessness, because of their aggression, their intentionally over their
Who made them so? Who made them so?
Let me explain something to you. Yeah, it's their choice. It's their choice. Okay. If you pay attention to all these verses, you will know it's their choice. Let me explain something to you.
Okay. So show me a verse from the Quran that says it is their choice for them to be heedless. Now I'm assuming show verse or Quran anymore. It says it is Allah who had made them so. Now you're making a conclusion. Then you explain what I gave you.
This is where you have problem. I can take all those verses that you are quoting, then I can build upon for you how you have to understand them. That's where you have problem. You have problem in understanding, picking here and say, hey, it doesn't work like that. You are talking about the subject. You are talking about a subject that we call Qadar and Qadir, or decree and destiny. So you have to understand the whole subject. You have to hold the whole book of chemistry, then you can be a doctor. That's how it works.
Okay.
You understand? So you cannot just go and quote here and quote here.
What you have to announce is
no, that's what I want you to understand. You have to understand the subject that you are talking about, decree and destiny. So that's why when you open even like an example at this, then you tell you the book about this. It means it was whole book, the book on Salat. You cannot find the whole Salat in one hadith. You have to understand the book, then you understand the Salat. The book on Hajj, the book on destiny, the book. That's how it works in Islam. So if you want to understand the religion, that's how you have to study it.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you have any question?
Oh, wakasa wa membesa me ne beko bebre. Ba de me kan say omo ade no friends omo book no eni nyina so bia eye copy do omo copy fi Bible no omo ade omo nsem bi ekeka ho Muhammad ne nsem bi ekeka ho. Ena omo so omo ammo akira hwe no omo gidi. Ndi se so omo benya botre na omo san sua bio no hu se esom no eni nyina so eye obi amamne ne na mamre ena wa compile the abro se esom ala onye nyankopon obo so ba asase. So opese yakwa enum so a yebekom based on Bible na ya no mkokotu no e dia be tutu ho abusa no nti so what time wo ho de a me dia me argument ne say ala nye nyankopon obo so ba asase. Endi anu so no opa onkosu ho ade no omra endi no osum obi amane ne na mamre bosom a esi meka. Because according to a history of Adena Kaba na esi ho ni nyina ya bosom niema na Muhammad bebe to aso Enti so o dada o say Allah Nyankopon a oboa. Mase ba mpese me kan.
Answer no one say. Oheneba. Muslims conquer most of the Middle East. Places like Levant, any Egypt, Nasifo. Muslims no conquer any part of Islam, any part of the religion. Maybe the first century between 20, 30 years of 30, 40 years of the religion. And the Muslims will take you over all those regions, Levant, Egypt, and all those places. I want you to make a very genuine research. The reason why it took the Muslims, Egypt like this, it took 300 to 400 years before the Muslims become 50%. And places like the Levant, it took more than 500 to 600 years before the Muslims even become half of the population. I want you to genuinely make a research why it happened that way.
Na mebo.
I want you to make a genuine
Sufi me pacho. Eya na ye kasa wo ti asema ye kana na. Wo ana wo nti asema ye kana. Asema oheneba e kan ye no. What does it got to do with one koye genuine research? And should be a course on say e die ne sie. What does it got to do with that? And I that you pretend you pretend this was so asema obi abeka wana. Say Allah is not the creator. What does it got to do with Allah is not the creator? What does it got to do with Sorry setting I won't quiet. Sorry setting about me who is Allah a creator.
Don't pretend. Some of them don't do that. Don't pretend.
I
can say.
Does it got to do? Does it got anything to do with Nasam no ne research no dem answer koyen?
Oh no, I would nim near oka.
What wisdom?
What do you walk out?
My main explanation. My main breaking it to your level. I'm sorry. Onu Bisani say he as a Christian, he can explain to me why the Islamic religion is like this, why it is not this, it's an Arabic culture. But who studied this history of the convention of the people who were living there? The reason why they were convinced. And they use that understanding that it is a Arabic culture, is this no. And more understanding that from the inside. Why the people of Levant took so long before they become Muslims, and the reason why they became Muslims.
Why? That's it. And there will time when you are my why. You be sure that for why.
But do one thing for me before I go. Now, one opportunity, and take in not
opportunity, baby, and I'm in farm. So will be crazy if I'm say your friend say me moderators need be in form. I say come on ye question be a obeka question be a obebu sani bia I want one promise. Question be a bebu sani bia obeki can say hunu sa we are no dia bezu no sa ka kire wo say wo mo na won sa ante ase.
So no
obi say me ye Christoni metimi a kire wo say Islam nyame no enye nyankopon obo sorry asase o si go and do research about immediate east in immediate west in the
anyone convinced no. Men so me wa ha me ameka asem no me wa. That's all about attacking the
got to do with how does it got to do with the Islamic invasion? Nipa na mo ko invade nkofo omo som na mo akwanka omo with power na ya. Nipa no obi ebiso say kire onyame na wo so som no nyame obo oye we ya. We very simple. Kire no say it is say me nyame it is say we more invention mo ekwa mo kun da na wakofa baze
invention it doesn't make a lie God. Oh invention now mo
ni bibia mo ni nyina so bia
mo ni se me so o ni nyina so
omo ye the most confused people on the surface of this earth,
and they don't want to learn
people.
Question I say we are very critical.
They are the most confused people on the surface of this earth. Even if you ask them a question and then come out here didn't why Yakoti Aya, which says he said these people were created purposely for hellfire. What's it there be? because they are heedless. And until I fire. But Quran not state said they were created like that. Or by the
I'm confused, Uncle Fa. I'm confused because what they subject to her. Say so omoko no more analyze about the subject. Obeko round of sa because onia sem papa bia oka. I didn't nyina so intro. I can for kasa bi e kan say or true for say me dance ni we brochiri. Meaning say obetimi kan sem bebre but the word truth is indivisible. No pray nchitem. Enti wonya ka no kure ne to say I na da bi hwe question cry I da bi answer no hwe bi omo de ka kofa. And apparently more try debate ho akwa bi ba sa no ya nti wo ba ya na me free try debate ho ba ho no. Sa on be sa almost all the platforms are apologetic some de e bi no editia wo no sa no omo te ho no. They don't come straight omo nyansa anka sa e dey answer question ho form. Omo nyansa logical nyansa e dey answer question ho.
Sankrofo emu Sango me emede my transition community for 20 years and I thank God to say my family mama from that. I don't know. I wasn't interested in whatever they are doing. And I'm not me phone no be. They always go contrary to their obeka. So no more nya they are against you. Mama example, I will say ma could be by say friend Adam so say saying. Ubusa ne say, we busa ne say friend say one that one no say echo platform to say Christians a Bible so enti mo so no mo Christopher no wo kochi wo jani de woni kochire mu a ono de wanko school but otimi chirim na Christopher no say wo hia honhon konkono Adam say Bible de wo hia honhon konkono see how ignorant he is but
Quran kura sa asem na si ba
so what you say a platform we are so na meeting but wo hia honhon konkono but say uko Quran mu dia je say wako home school see how ignorant they are and they are not ready to learn and admit the fact. That is how these people they are. Do be ni bia unso bi obi kan sem na me de power say oba no say sankofa what you are doing you know omo no they do it by their heart. You are adding your conscience and your mind into redia. They me then say whatever you say what the hadith you know compare with the Quran. But they try say do adwene ebe interpretate usu ko usu wa adwene or you are wrong. Meanwhile, who is saying the truth here? Because when I walk and Quran now say the hadith you know as amas evidence say evidence na video you so hadith say evidence e go against some there si there be if I quite remember I said the last time be obi can say hadith in there don't use hadith. And so no say ebe defend Quran no say ko use the same hadith. Am I catch say me the hadith in ba there wo se me fanton chen but wo dey also ko use the same hadith in be defend wo there. That's how they are.
They say yawo Quran Muhammad ka yawo haditha Muhammad ka say if we were not created to be sin, Allah would have wiped us away from the surface of this earth and then create another people who would be sinning and asking forgiveness from him Allah.
Yes.
Hadith you know. Okay. Enti Allah no na juma no. And until the Muslims, you know, and until the Muslims in the month of Ramadan was say Allah actually Satan did two of years because Allah not created Satan just to make people to commit a sin so that those who now be falling for no Allah no, they will be coming to him asking for forgiveness. Now, but that will be so what you almost for 1 month. Someone from your phone to Omamunidi. Tambiso what the mama above from one for mama above from that crocodile was so the neka ubetia. So it is a kind of punishment to be and I would give Muhammad to more Allah no air punish you. Muslims in
yes, exactly.
And so many no me so would do who the more and no me sin out the one because
the last time. Yes, the last time now see and I'm submission say the difference between Christians and Islamic the New Testament about Christianity and say Jesus Christ bar or Baba yes say a time will come there will be changes environmental factor a bit me happen a bit saying yen nim say Christopher kwa sorry Sundays no one services after the covid by na say distance spacing enti yen timi kofo so bebrebe enti se ne kwa sorry once on Sunday after they come back 3 or 4 times environment na sesa enti also a way of worship no etesa almost who say environment na sesa enti yekum nipa for the religion to stand no environment ni kasetia enti yenyi sa de ni frim nkramusumu. That is their problem. They don't want to accept the fact. They are always defending using their and kebeka say Old Testament sana motie omokro nka be Old Testament ade na twam me my example bi ayi omoka ne say makaranta first ubetimi akọ makaranta untimi ka say ene weekends me nko makaranta oboa keba be chewabo ba ene untimi ka say me nko makaranta umetimi ka say me nko makaranta na obeche me bible me ba obesiwu ade ntina obo me ba. But first, in makaranta the Ponkokote, Missima Tanzungu community 20 years. I experienced it. I witnessed it my own eyes. Ye dear grow now, a cremoni no one come makaranta weekends. A baby chewabo by a net untimi yes, I didn't know makaranta. I didn't hear environment necessary. If we have right of worship, freedom of blah 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 blah. They have to understand. No one to omukro and say outmoded a gem. That is their problem. They don't want to admit it. First in kremofo mo sele ombe komukum nam na enam ne kwan sa afi ko ba beto so ukum o so wo che but nei obekum ne nam no afi ne ko ba beto so na ebi da so wo ho enka ye bone adenti na munyi firi
na kombedo
yes if you say a thing enu ntino eno so muji tu say no so say ne de asie enso kremse me matazungu 20 years am witnesses omukum no be chama Christian community se onyina but say kremuni ni kuma olibe so ma afia kwa ba beto so because if you say it
eno na ahyew no ye mma mu biem enam na wonya be we na anti na ahyew na o
yes me so che
oni ke be che nti ani ye nche bi no papa first na fridge ni ho ho na fridge ni ho ti anche ni ntama a be say ya to fridge ye odi freezer I don't know ye odi freezer o se e be che na mo nya wate
so what is it me say environment na sesa ento omunyi ntum na nka omo kura no omonya amendment wom ene me bi e wo dede mu enye no omunyi mfirim period
se kremoni bi shase o ase we aka se kremoni bi shase ni bu afu better say onu so a otimi say oni ayi no oni ahode no ba
me matrezo go 20 years
as I say I know them tempa se so nkofo yi as say akstak full line yakopon fa babo ni nchemo me allow for you as I know kan na kuma mu because you say ono no all tears asem na am keka ni jide che ni say ona oni hu ahode say oba be defend be say one say when the fache wona kuma mu amamu a na so apene so akondori ase e de wona kuma mu say mo kasa ti alant ono kra wa e boni do say o say when the fache ma mo say nyame fa nche mu nyi de mo ye
me say emre ni ko nanim to so mo sesesa en ka fe omo ye akiri wie utimi ko zongo community koko ko se wache e che ni free but say eni ho biem
now papa when we say what to also what na zongo ache say what to free one now that zongo
o ma to free mini me free Ghana kwa mini Ghana say
as you know Ramadan dey we super
me Ramadan for the past 8 years ni I've been consistent me to Milo nido sugar from Muslims me to ma because every year for the past 8 years ni consistently any part 20 they be am to be more me to Milo no to sugar no to bread no to nido no to leptin
I said there was why
for nipa every year
now obo no masombo
and say waja was for the past 8
me na me so me nyonko bi ye bi na me ta boa
every year be am me on say me ka say me fresh ni here me fa ne say oya na ade me nju so me na me ye ti say do onu su kum na mo timi twa bi ma me no sa pepe na ti
so omo na mo kra ya na me ni bi o omo na
me fi ga na ko da
oyele be jaja oyele be jaja
na ibi kra
ya mo na
moja no kwa wie akanam ya fa kwese from them pro
moso na bi no moja wie enam na de ye nya ama no ye bewe
la bi sa omoji tum say eboso na omde ma na de ane ehu but o kata ya Nyankopon bi dia
okay afa no mateo so de na se to manyi tum sa ye wi ane ehu
oji tum ane yenso ye hu say o enam we na ti say ne ye wi
abosom nam ne ye
na na be dada ye say Nyankopon bi o ti be bi na
ya ntum kura o mo mami bi nko amawe omba de nya bo 3 pence me ne kama pa
omo nam so de pa yo machi no
omo machi
no
yes say
we kitikiti betima show from dibufo be de ho na onyu
ye abo na ntwi na but on say spices ne say on say recipe no say no be say
omo recipe right spices no mo de fa ho na nice
omo shira for spices nyo do omo ye ne say omo kum abo na omo de hata before some be chom kum ne na omo nche ne on the best for a day.
On the best say moja na nyina moja aso
moja ni nyina atwe atwi wi a omo no na omo chia omo sa hatam
moja ni nyina
the secret no omo sa omo chewe no omo sa di go yum hatam and before say on from na aye bari
aye da ko sa ko ba e de na nkome ya kwakofa nkramufo nam hu e de na nkome ko fa
o da bi
e de also watra ho for 20 years no no de ba
yeah ebebo mu kete
so mo fa bi enkomo zi a wo da ko fa nam ase
ebebo mu kete mo fa nche
bra fafa ho da enam no hia e pa there say so omo di say wi mo a enwan sna ko sisi bini so omo sa me sisi so de
omo sisi so e so
omo say omo no di omo si no
that's a recipes na e wo mu nyina no ye nya bini de
ye hohoro asa ni
on say make say on say free revolution yenyini ko yenim dynamism first omo nam omo kuma na ntwie no na ne skin no oni no me ne skin no omo gi skin no efri nam ne ho ba se sei omo tima na skin no one nam ne ho first omo gi skin
no omo ton
no ne omo timi transfer efri nyame ba se sei ebi ni ko biem
they say getaba
yes yenyini ko yenim Enti say omo sisa sum ni mu sisa asum na na kire say omo nyi skin ni free nam na ho
eya no kora bra Muhammad kora no de ebo na paper to enmire ko na nim say omo
so what you say oh enti am make say minimum me ma for 20 days I know them no men so ho de ko ni okoni ni wo na say eduwe bi Muhammad odi amia wo mera ne bo ma ko tere no fa me pa ne tunji no na brand so ko pa bo bere ne because wo nyansu wo horo to no bere ne bo ibi kra om ko ne baby cry say wutimi use one ya de ya blushi
na sa ko ba na wo yam hia be de bo pa auto
bra on de apepa
so ya de so ko ba say aso ya be kan no wa ucha picture wo ti ma wo say wo yam hia na e hora ye star kakra
ai no wadi your friend say no wadi dompe kora kan hu na wadi dompe wonya dompe wo fomo a wadi dompe pepa ne tunti according to hadith no emotie bi ba ne ho be ka kire say hadith ne say emotie nyina panyini ena ba Muhammad nke be ka kire say ma wo mfa dompe pepa ne tubio because dompe no emotie aduane enti mo mfa dompe pepa ne na me na mfa dompe am pepa ntubie no wadi dompe ne bo ena pepa ne to
answer na obeni obi ahyeche obi hyeche I the books we go ni o scholar o sua san
kwa I think say
ana say na san kwa fa o kire mu a sa motia ne na no mu dompe no mo fa ana mo say jene bi agi dompe no mo be hwia hwe na say Mohammed sorry na ye obi agya na
what dia o kan ya dia emotia panyini kan say enompe ne ye friend say emotia aduane enti memma Muhammad mfa dompe pepa ne tu
na say spices na ho no mo mpe sa you know groundnut paste no nka tela
Muhammad de pepa ho be bon omo so mpe so omunya the red taste
Sufika and Pastor Sakofa, what they had no nimpa no ashen, who same jump straight. Jahannam and idiot. Eh, Jana to Fedas, the on count. You're convinced in the anyway, how do you know?
Sankofa. Me was some kakrebi.
Hey,
Sankofa.
some real shots like kakrebi.
Kakrebi. How I have me pass say. You know, I'm cramming phone. Omo ye nipa te say. In fact, me pa omo asem bebre. Ewo.
No.
E kwa mo fa so omo de omo ho to omo som no so. But they have me pa ye say. Community aye nya ye wo mu no. Se wo so wo soma. Sa wo som no. En fa sa wo som no take advantage say wo de share obi so. Say som no chinchia say nipa no omeso wo som. Ti say me ye Kristo ni. Se me pesa wo ba me sumu a na ma ba wo nchen na ma bedi nipa na papa na me di na chi no ma bedi ne wa dance a kyerɛw wo pa ginidi wo pa nyini ndi me mfa sika me su so ana se me mfa ba bi me su so se ada na ma di Yesu Kristo ho dance a kyerɛw na wo de chinchin a wo se wo nyini nni ɛna me ne wa gina ntokom gigigigi esan se mo ho de kyɛwunti na ma di wo so se chinchin a be so me so
Ay oma ala no nkyerɛkyerɛ no.
Inti eno na ma peace ene na ma peace no entumi ntena bebia nkramosum ye dominated bia no esan se I say nimpa no o hye no so me hu se
force no yeah
nimpa no mfiri nimpa
enye o hye say they are going by the own
let me ask omuka so say enye o hye o see Islam is not there's no I would say there is no compulsion is Islam. So the word compulsion or muntiasi.
Nim say brofo na yam do o ma dwen say o mko na ma ko school. Sura 2 ma ka compulsion is a. Sura 2 so it's a contract to Sura 2
Sura 2 say 183 say they should fight until there is no more fitna and all religion will be to Allah.
Allahu Akbar.
At this era 21st century yawma AI ne technology abuse ni nimpa no be ko say chinchin
na they say wo say UK wo mo ya je ba kokora say no wono no track me o hu se me ni Ghana nka wa ma ya wie me dada no
wow
look how asema me buy
also Tracy me what track me a wo hu se me ni Ghana nka o track me no wo hu se me wo Ghana anka wo yi me firi wi ase dada kora
adana life no
sedienti
adana life no me kai
for the cause of Allah
logical
yes
logical no wrong even what the enfant bibia to chese ya bibia no logical no wrong
say we go ya fie ma be kunya wo hye dem koro me ba be kunya
me kai pa na mo life no so
say mo body ni saying
esumunti
esumunti ama any parent crack say ewiase nyina bewu ama som na gina they will do it me kai sa na o say nipa nyina o sa so bewu ama som na gina they will do it look how ignorant that person is now ukum nipa ni na how can the religion stand
Sankofa me fan say Sankofa wa hye me say me nso na bia misuro nti ena me say wo de enhwe mesom wosom na minya mfiri mi pem kura no no che say esom no menyintum ena de nso ye esom ye na fi wadwum no akoma mu na wo gitum meye do wo hu say me practice so de enso na me mu no enye esom na me so ade na mo ma nimpa no mfiri na nimpa mu say ebia me ankasa medi we yachi na wo hye nimpa no say chenchena nimpa no medi wo som achi at this era
adie bi na won ti ase se wo firi wo pemu wo amfiri wo pemu wunya gitum nko a wo ye na nye wakoma mu no mo de wo mala be ma wo enti wo peu wo bedi sa mala no so
ya semu edin Eradi yankopon kasa hu ye mo bona ye nuanu
somona ya because Wamon chira say until say they will fight people. Ame we are seeing na bed na nkremo man no. E we are saying say and wamon so they are inherit to go to heaven. Now wamako di ma 72 akono no mon san e de kan fa ni akedro ahye no. Etire what say fast. was almost active fast.
And almost you my pa. And yeah, they are
almost can't do almost says you almost say Israel enter every house.
almost kind of keke. And then the almost because there are some attack here a northern part of each country in Africa. No, but the downside and the middle belt, you know, because all they buy dominate you into more ban yes we be show. Maybe say me community am timono omo but omo ntimi yan no. Into where they refugee. In there some omo kano keke say bia omo leader na cat want they also want to usher in but it would never work.
When say e niam mienu e niam mienu e da say wono kramuni no obewu e wo akon na wanya heaven na say wo be fight ama Islam so na gina na wanya heaven no ento omo ntokwa na wo mo ko ni nyina na ye niam mienu uku na wo ko heaven wo wini nso a heaven ye ne dia eno nti na omo nsuro akon aha enti wono no wakas wona wo ko a kuna wona wo ko no either win or lose or be ko heaven
Mubia
okay.
Nada ya dada
ba bi na wo ye interview ono ani nua arabuni na wo se wasesa na dwonye kramuni bi ni nua no ye kramuni na ono kire no nkramu ase wo se wokuna enya hwi wokuna wakuni tise de wakun aboa because wajai nkramu.
According to Islam, according to Islamic church, and even according to the Quran, Muslims are the best of the creations, and those who are not Muslims are the worst of creations. Intino, yanomo yanyindino, yanimu moa korano, papa che, se wo kuwa, wo ti said ye enye bibiana was saying.
Okay.
Na ewo Quran no mu kura ba bi amakanya hu say wo se wuku kramoni a se woni woyemfonso oku oyinua kramoni a ukuta nsuo ebom eye asode eye ayi anyame de bechew but se wuku obi a wonye kramoni a wono nya afi na kuta hu nsuo kura aye because se nipa no ne hu nyame na nipa no hu hihia manyame waku na hwan na ekobu sa wasem sa adwen no na ewo wo mutirimu a omode ate in that way so wo hwiase system a ekone ya obonso omosori anom dom ho akohye empanyimfo bi achi na omosori ate se omo fight economy omo fight human right eso na omoboa they are fighting for Islam ba omo nka no kore eti no omo kokuro bi so a omo motive kese pa ne se mo parliament mo mla she badwa ba bia mo wotumi no mo be prese mo be wura ho because omo nya wura ho wi a omo agemo man omo na ebe decide wo no ye kun ne de wo court na se lawyer obetena mo ye kramoni na kun a wo fa akwase akọ wo wawu ekoi enti omo nya sa position wi a omo awie mo mla no by force I was yesesane de ye Islamic law that things no mo de eyo mo motive mo de wo wiase a ento mo sade a na o man wi akotaku o mo boa ye ba wo krum no anye yasem antum wo mma kwan ma yasem no de ye pese ye no ho no wonye ene sade whatever situation ye beko no adwene mu ntokwa eno mo di sanse hunu no wo wiase enkramofo
Umar otienkan. Umar Tari, me pacha otienkan, Umar Tari. Okay. Abusian, momi en fa djuma die ni sia, why? Momi en fa sia na edi nkomo kakara afan.
Ako fa mate a ya beto aso akire ja. Epeni fo de kai, o mse yedidi wi na. Ye nkasa anye de. Ye nkomo ne de. Ya be sa beto aso ntino. To aso ana. Koso djuma.
Na sankofa de oboa o. We ni ahode ode be wale 72 mba 72 ti na wo dwale afiri so no.
Bra me so me pe mapa o be 72 dey too much. Me pe mapa be 72 dey. Ahode ni bra.
Enti na me bu so sa ma 72 na okay wo eye. E me dwe ho me ntiase. Hey! Na je say ma do ebeko head ase ne mema no.
Na man have no be kono am say boy that's ni para sa send a request man no. A man have any the omu nko bi. According to the hadith no omu nko bi. O dia meba. Umar Talib o temenkan. Okay. Nse obahana when you are ready so be kasa dia eni kwase ya meja because ebe mu tirete mo basu na mo nkasasa na multiple to program. On say according to hadith a man in ko heaven omu ni heaven dia ko omu no nyina na be ko bo nsam dem na Allah wo ma special dia wo bo omu wo heaven according to hadith no be ma bia benya sa nhwehwe ma no wo benya tutu omu ye ma omu ya transparent. Etino bema bia benya sa ma ni tutu na from there no ala akobo nsamu dem na wakobo ni ma nsamu dem bema bia de 70 bema bia de 70 wahunu aha woyi okoje 70 ni free bo nsamu dem na wo de na ba wo de na bre bema wi wo sa ko wo akofa another 70 no wo de na bre bema wi sa no be ye no kotum se mema wo heavy woni nyina no obo be so 72 aside 72 aside 72 according to the Quran wo pavilion bi wo heaven ho eno na Muhammad chire mu se pavilion ho no so Allah be cheni ma wo every corner of the pavilions na Muslims se mema no ebe call rounds na wo no ma ko have sex
Baby sango for we dey nya no kore
La wo so we wa wo be jai.
Bro mo have what dey. Mo have what dey dia me say. Enye ni pekuma wo mpa wo so mo kokun o mo kun ansa na o ma kode abra. Anka me kwa akodone. Mentimi nkum ni pa bra. Na sa wo mo fa very prayers na mentimi nye bi. Mentimi nye fasting for 30 days. Mentimi sorry ahoma chese ni di. Eniema bi wo ma na ye me dintia. Kame kwa akodone e ma ne nko
waje ye o se sanko na ye na ya kakra na ye na ya bi na ye jai no ye ye balance na ahiegu.
Mastermind membusa question bi. Lela two cadre. Sa last 10 days of the month of the Ramadan. Who ye leader?
Lela two cadre say wanya bi kra de na che say wo no wanya fast kra nka ye o.
Let us say who ye for how many years?
Me for almost 30 years.
Hey! Yes,
for almost 30 years. Now, Mr. Go to me now no wada. What now wada da? Which now no wada. Wada when you say bia, which now say no wada.
Yes, blessings a woman year equivalent to 83 years 4 months blessings. And you what blessings oh.
Say I yes, Yakupon Bonipano. Or catch it, Yakupon, I lay Bonipano. So I bought no catch and say, where the car Bonipas da. I'm on my assoreti. Sir, I didn't see our creative. What the car creative movie, a tremudama, almost sorry. And I was a bit creative. I like catch it. I saw about phone say, what I know, no munim. It is our last 10 days of Ramadan. I learned to cut on. Sir, I know that. Yakupon catcher, or you will say, wrong, say, Profona me bo mo na moka me catch am say moon de mi ni muno. Muka sama me no. Won so mu gina tenten the whole time. What you say? Honor no so the fans. Or the boost chance won. Oh say, this say ko say e ya me kai asma me. Oh say kama anya nka wa ha me. Oh so mu gina o tonto me. Na ni nyina ne say, no na ye eda. Inshira kese ebe sane form. Nti sa da no, wa wuni hobi no nyina wa that time no. So we are fasting no me fast one of the last 10 days the man ehun chacha to kese pa but that chacha to no wa holding dia as we try 1 against 90 e dey loto no be because we try aba bi e be bobo no loto no bi one we try 1 against 90 a we di aba na e dey a we try aba ni nyina sintu be di so last 10 days no emu 1 day say remember the 11th the 29th 28th 27 26 25 4th 3 say anybody nya hit 20 now from 20 21st 22nd 23rd say akopema one of the day ana nchira ni besane it is ada no me fan say sada no kwa wiyemu kana ya say me fast akotoleta aba ni sane ya isane at that moment na o 30 wo sa sa particular nchira no nka ho sa particular nchira no
Muhammad nso say the date ni ma no na woda so ye na ni refi
answer ni the end bebre no man ni ref dey say bebre kwa but end e be kana chi
na me dia amala no kura no dia amala no kura ho ye mahini say wo na wo ye supreme na wo
wa da na man
wo be bo wo wiase no dia wa wo ye supreme na wo be bo wo wiase no wo bi no tenchera ka chiro say enkrofo ya do bo ba wiase no be sori ti awo no wo be kunkum ni pa be hwie mo jagu ye na say wo si da bi wo mo meye saa omo meye saa na waye ene ya beja boko halal ene ya beja taliban ene ya beja that is saa la no de bon wa bon de wonim de be si daachi
yes tigunya ni say dia munya yi kumukona ala wa nkona say dia wo de homeba ha benyamo
dadio ala wo ala wa bodi pa bebre wi aba wi ase wo si ala bonko ala wote na sa ro pese o kire say
so almost it be kasa bi abompa yo sano mo kire m Zanko we dey aboka po aswe do
ko kaya ram
ba wo blessings who blessings na 30 years there 1 year one year bia no wunya blessings equivalent to 83 years 4 months there bla who blessings 83 years times 30
72 no don man 15 kra 72 veg man 15 metima you see
what's mamo na blessings na kra na there one farmer
I can back omo blessings na mentias because me kai say madam for bako omo mo jema boje se me refi omo wajina boje se oye ablushi na alwala na alesuna oye alwala na wasi so di sonu guna boje se numa na se airdrop kokoko a ni nyina nshira. I was like, how can this be a blessing? What is so good about you say na funny kokoko ni nshira?
The concept of blessing, the way you understood the blessing is this. One will say asasi we so ojidi ni meka jidi ni you understand what I'm saying? Obi abia odi.
Yeah.
Christo echi na Muhammad na asumbi echi ojidi ni ka ya say asasi we ka nshira ebia physical ahunyade yetimi ejina so ka say we nshira se bi kro eye dia enya ayi new employment na we sifia na otoka na bi koso a we onyame ehira me ha but science nshira na ye ka no te say me fan say points tio ye bo game near 1 point say be attack for win wanya 1 point wa lose we lose wanya 2 points aye we ani akan wa points do so nshira no in your head no as training points are allowed ma 4 and your papa bi eni bi ani suni bai bi awoda nadi and the more now points e cost ro points ne cost na say o be heaven what is it
I see
points ni reduce to and unti I say me ye nioma be ma me more points and say me gidi any say as I say nsuo so babo jusem koko na ma me more points and nsuo ni me di ru aboji say mu ani
let's say blessings no yet after this one.
Exactly. And you will be say okay. And yes, manya more points intimate wa sika beto makaso mi momo me kwa ko mi momo muneska da mi ko yidi akwa kwesi akoto iron rods da bi. That's manya sad na me remember blessing na ye said ye ni nyina ye hereafter. Na ebi ni say me fa ni say o kenkai Quran every letter not word.
ɛyɛ blessing.
So kasebia Allahu Akbar ana bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Once alhamdu no, and I said Allahu Akbar is one word. But letters do a woman. Say be 17 letters. Every letter be a blessing, a point. And I want to mean kind of was when you so tear me now, Miss Mika Allahu Akbar. What's now what in a was about you? What's when you're blessing?
Naturally say they are playing on their intelligence to convince you to read.
Krabofo de o ma yesi na lamo mo se ku
we are be jaika
oh say
boy yesi na lamo mo se ku jaika na sibla ku wa du ma be bewu no
enunti kramoni betima koto ebia recorded recitation of the Quran and a cassette no and now there are two baby obi bo se bia kasankofa e de ahyem no obo no ni life wa me no and answer me ba me tie bi ohun me tie no keke no me gidie ni je me sumi nya enhyira na ono de okenkan ni benya bi na pepepe me nti de okan na tie o me nti arabe me nti ase but me tie keke no me nya po eno nti hwade bi wahu sa ye zongo na ye de ai public address system speakers kasi abobo ho na yitie mu ahoma achi ewiane ai de microphone we say saade no de enti a asentimi ntu Africa na say ye Ghana ne say entiemu na ye tiemu no wo na wo da fie na wo tie wati entiemu no keke na ewura wasum no wugide ni say wonya nhira de okwa kotiemu no su menya nhira po wo tiem na me a me tiemu no me si me kotiemu menya nhira wo da fie wadwe say wan tie wo nhira abo enti wo be pese ye be ma speak na ye say be ya obeti in such a community and in such an ideology and concept dede hunu ebetimi afiri omanum etimi ma simple common sense example be say tio me a medical nurse me nurse ba me for example ke me a midwife me kwa adwuma anajo wo malam wa wale oyire num 3 osuma ho kwan omo nyimu sa 3 no nyimu me na me ko gina anajo no mi ko gina me na so je wo yire na wo e ma ne fan ho fa wo ne ba ana mi ba fia ba beda daytime no say be ya na dwumetima sa akwaje ni akwadwuma akwaje ni pa foforo awo me ba ya me beda ye 30 minutes na fa me na no afa wo microphone Allahu Akbar Allah na me say oh disturb me peace na ka kire me say hey radi yakopon radi sankova I my friends here.
Yes, Udale na ato nyoma wo ma mi bewu enu binu no anase sam kwa
enti enu an say sacrifice mint na ho na de ne be ha me a mintu nya de emfiri ho matu mako site bi akwa me plot masimi fie metimi baby ana mako rent me dai question next plot na da me chen kramoni bi abeto we si Moscow nchen enti how would I keep running? I will stop running and fight back.
Now we send to.
Okay, Mati, any sad any free massage free or leave my planet. I own the planet. That planet this one. Leave the planet.
Na Sankofe 0202 no. Obey Ada akosi obi ya the for the next day.
Ani unim say untimi ntu ana wa femu din ana ja
no na ma nyina ya din ne de tikim sa ana de hunu sta de ene de we still do obi akra smartphones o phone anya smartphone na ya am kra na time wo so watch bobo for them munim time we nim say exactly at 6:30 mosque be able rawo bia every mosque bia or match of 5 daily prayers and the exact time I hear it was the fajr na shanimu zoho na shanimu asr na shanim maghrib na shanim lisha na chat na shanim nti se unim say anwumre de ne stake 30 and 7:30 unim alarm wo phone so waseti enti tiemu na mu tiemu no menuanum kramfo mu hunu nyansa say eye deda mo ye de hankrofo pit because according to science when I'm after near science according to science sleep is good to repair human body it is a meda na me body no a repair na utiem na untiem unu seminar Unimute, say what someone kura ni nyansa wo mu a, what someone ha will be health. The man timi anda na betima ha me health a. Na say what someone entiamu no ma enyane every day a. Don't you see say someone in somehow is contributing to health issues? And I can discuss it this way. Yeah, because a natural ingredient here pa for the pediano. What the upper the whole shada, yes, and 24 hours mean na me trans me talk me for swat menisa 48 hours already your body the bell.
The tea nyina sameda. The tea nyina
now. And no dia me no nya adwe na wo kura wo be call heaven wo opportunity na wa na dey say wa ya na yawu a e no woni heaven do do abenya
when is enyo me here was as so nka mo say me enye me ennom sanso ye call heaven na nsa no e river e flow nka bi a river ta no nyina ya akọ me de bucket bo mo ana me river boat nyina ya akọ ho o mo say me enye say eso ye call highway to we ebefa omo ala bo o mo say omo ye omo dia de Yes, na yanka ho na yekofam no yapie eno ano ne yanka ho ne yekotom ntino sakofam de yam form anka okra from beginning almost one kotom but you see o matisom na se na o ma sheda na
papa we wa we ya de ala de beye no olokra le ya ala tamfo wa wura mo jai no
na your friend apostasy o baby kra nke betime twamiti wa wura mo jasa no se wura mo jasa because in some be a metimaka no wa unremu no o de na here says oh matise say maybe then the minim say na tie enti me ka ehu
ya semo be before your problem
by sankopa
me de yema
agro yem fa agro teacher what's your idea because sometimes enye de bia ba so bi ha me be gina ase na be adwuma ntimi mas na metia me hwe then you see Obi ba no kase pe okay ayat say Quran chapter say hadith way na say hey so confess you hadith we pa because in the beginning of way na ayi you the other one say ayi I'm going to cover the chain of the hadith, the chain of narration in those days. Oh, why are they? What's your and are they behind you? How can say oh yeah on you? You see, I'm going say Cramoni Piano or think I'm a channel.
I say first in the Kansi is a Zongo community. Sa hadith in the Quran. It's difficult some more soon. Obviously say one, why are Walla and also a Cramoni. Oh my own so muda. But a net and the Biaba, some amount so mukra physical, meeting me and France why. It is the ways of expose.
Now when you sabi about the buy. Almost say with me the phone without toilet so quarantine then you can take a download go for so.
Then one person who sees your man for Quran on phone. No person who sees you.
Too late. Apple baby I buy also. Google and Google. Moon free Google.
Abusha Macram. I said many yakum.
Sure. I know about that. You know the about no cause you're rough prof.
You.
I said, TikTok be pomo. Make me TikTok be
pomo. No. Yeah, bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bon come on your bond. Go and see no more.
Okay.
Right, mamu Right. Wow, 72 many been you.